Hey, careful.
Ara. Giants. These belong to the Giants?
My mic is doing the thing again. I wonder why. Why is it so low? What? Let me mute it real quick. It's probably because I stood up. I did a standing stream last night. Dude, what? You can't hear me. Why is it like halfway through? Very interesting. Is it working? Nope. It's still really low. Why? Should not be like this. Why is it even lower now? What? What? I have the right filters on, so I don't know why. Yeah. The mic, my mic's usually way louder than this, so I don't know if something's loose or I don't know. Let me double check the connections in the back. I'm gonna turn off the mic real quick. Hopefully that fixed it. Wait, I don't think it did, but I could turn the gain up if that's if that's a solution, I guess. I don't know. Let me just. It is capping me for some reason. I don't know. Sound a little better to you? I unplugged everything and replugged it, so hopefully. Hopefully it works. I hope so. Yeah, sounds better for me now. Awesome. Hopefully that's the only issues we have today. Fuck. Multi-stream. Let me pin that. Oh, it's already pinned. Thanks, Namu. You're so fast. So my mic does this thing sometimes.
John, you have an angry fiance coming at you right now.
Oh,
yes!
Oh, no, am I too loud? She's awake, which is definitely.
She said, "Go ahead and lie."
I'm going to the.
I thrown 2 bears at you, saying you're loud.
Oh gosh, poor turtle. Poor turtle duck. Yeah, my mic does this silly thing where like it cuts out. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just this mic in particular, because I'm ready to throw it out. I'm like this close to throwing it out. I might just give it to my husband because I'm so tired of it. Yeah, it's dumb. It's doing it for the bit. Imagine. Another thing that's happening today is my camera keeps shaking. I don't know, is it because I have it a little higher than usual? Like, please guys, can you work with me? Is that a weird angle? I don't know. Do I put my chair lower so I can be in the frame? I don't know. I don't know exactly what the plans are right now. What are the plans? I know Namu is maybe a bit busy right now, so we're chilling. Let me click on this multi-stream. You been chilling today, Jones? Have you been having a good day so far, at least? I hope so. Yeah, I think Namu's still doing the D&D stuff right now. Oh, it might have ended actually. We'll see. We'll see. I think he's gonna go live soon. But we're chilling for now. Tomorrow I don't want to go back to work. I so don't want to go back to work. I'm not ready for it. I want to stay home. Everyone, let's just call in to work tomorrow, all together. Let's all together call in to work. Isn't my desk? What's happening? What did I do yesterday? I'm never putting my desk in standing position ever again. It's just, it freaks out way too much. Now the camera's all wobbly every time I move or say something. Mostly, yeah, I beat the second gym in Platinum, but I was supposed to play Modern Warfare 2019 with some friends, but the game randomly made me reinstall a few packs. Oh, so is it taking some time now then? That sucks. I'm sorry. I apologize. I gotta clean my glasses. I went to the gym today and I ran for a little bit. So I did cardio and then I did legs. So I can't do leg presses right now though because I have like an injured Achilles on both feet. So I can't do leg presses. Gym goes crazy. Yeah, it says it'll take another 4 to 5. 4 to 5? Fuck that. No. That's so long. Gym goes crazy, it really does. It's so nice on Sundays though, because there's barely anyone in there. At least at the apartment gym that I go to. I wouldn't risk the leg press. I can do everything else though, I just can't do like anything that involves squats right now, which sucks. It is what it is, but what can you do? Can't really do anything. I've been wanting to also do a whole bunch of merch stuff. So I'm gonna drop merch. I don't know when, But we're working on it, guys. And then what else do we want to do? Merch, yeah. I want to do merch, but I want new art too, and I wanted to make a new like the little about me panels and stuff on Twitch. I wanted to do that, but I kind of want to commission someone to make it. I just don't know who or what. So, like, I have no idea. I'm completely blank about it. Another thing that is annoying is that I don't know, when I use these headphones, I can't tell if the audio is good or bad. Benji, hello, welcome in. That's exciting though. Yes. Oh my god, when I type, what did I do to my camera to make it go crazy?
Okay. He's low, he's low. Nice.
Nice.
We're doing this.
Do you guys ever get this thing where you hit a certain time and like a certain time of the day and your energy is drained? Am I the only one that happens to? Oh, also looks like Julia won't be going live because she isn't feeling. Oh, I hope she feels better. That sucks. I'm gonna try to fix this camera issue. I'm hoping that if I lean it against, like, does it usually do that? I feel like it doesn't usually do that. For me, it's at 3 to 5. Wait, what? Ballsy, no. Hi, Ballsy, welcome in. Stop. No. Hi, guys. Yes, can I help you? Ballsy, the fuck? Don't do that. Howdy, how are you? What you been up to, Ballsy? How's everyone? I'm doing alright. I'm so tired though. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm so tired. Wait, what's at 3 to 5? Wait, what? Wait, Benji, did you mean to send that? Just end of the session, I cannot express what happened with few words. Please tell me everything that happened. I want to know everything. These glasses have so much glare. The next glasses I get, I need to get anti-glare. Like, you can see all the lights and all of the screens. I have a lot of lights and a lot of screens, so. Oh, I was responding to the low energy at those times. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Mine's also at 3 to 5. Or it's like 2. I think it's like right after lunch, because I eat and I'm just done. I'm like ready for a nap, you know? You can look at the channel's description for a brief summary. Should I read this out loud? Do we want to read this brief summary out loud? Let's see. Where is it? Chronicles? Okay. Chocobo did what? Chocobo deep-throated Terra. That's the fucking summary. Hello? What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Y'all are so crazy. Not with this song popping off right now. Next. Oh my god. Wait, I like this song. Hold on. I'll listen to the song. You read right? You'd have to ask them for more juicy details, and I ain't responsible for this one. That is insane. I have no words. Zero, like, negative words. Oh god. I have to turn streamer mode on. Hold on. That was fucking loud. One tap, Nico. Hey, Nico. Hey, how are you doing? How are you doing today? Where's streamer mode? Turn this shit on, please. Thank you. Wait, it didn't turn on. Wait, what? What am I doing right now? Okay, it's on now. I was very confused for a second, sorry. There we go. That's better. Still 100% RE4 remake. Ads a bit harder to complete. Are you almost done with it? You almost done? But yeah, it lasts for about 3 hours, so you can see when and how long the sessions usually would be, should you ever want in. The thing is, if I had more time in the day, I would. I would totally be down. I just don't ever have enough time to do shit, honestly. Like today, I went to the gym. So like when I was more, like less disciplined about taking care of myself, I would like play games all day. I would do the bare minimum chores. Well, actually, chores aren't really a problem because I like doing them, you know? Like, I like cleaning. I like the feeling of cleaning and I like having everything clean. But then, like, when I was prioritizing playing games and, like, hanging out with everyone, my skin was bad. I gained so much weight. I, like, wasn't eating right, you know? Was it time for you? Makes me sad. I understand, you don't want to be with us. It's okay. Yeah, if I didn't want to prioritize, like, myself, I'm sorry. I choose me. 42 out of 46. Oh, you're so close. You got this. Dude, you're that close. You're so close. You're gonna do it. No, don't worry about it when you can. It's fine. I could do, like, every other session. If that can work out. But I don't think I can commit to every single one. Which, that would suck too, you know what I mean? Like, not going to every single one would suck. I'm going crazy? That's why I'm hanging out here. You need a break, take a break, tap out. Tap out. My hair is still wet, so it's kind of like floofy. It's a little floofy. Take it up with them. If they want to go once per 2 weeks, it's fine by me as well. But I'm that close. That's how they get ya. That's how they get ya. What's everyone's favorite, like, coffee drink? This kind of looks gross right now, I know. It's coffee and matcha. It looks disgusting, but it tastes good to me, so. There's no set pace. I went with I went with when people were there. You only drink black coffee. I've been drinking black coffee for the last 2 weeks now, and it's been so good for me. But I just wanted a little extra treat today, so we added some matcha and oat milk. In the Philippines, Barako coffee. Ooh, when I drink coffee, it's usually black coffee. Now I kind of stay away from it. I actually had to stay away from coffee for like I want to say 6 months. Not 3. I think it's like 6 months, damn near. I stayed away from coffee because it was giving me anxiety attacks, like full on panic mode. It was crazy. I was not okay. Like, not a bit okay, not at all. Oh, perhaps an Irish coffee from time to time. But yeah, I'm very basic. Honestly, it's cheaper. That's all I can think about. It's cheaper. Do it. It's cheaper. Okay. I want to change my Twitch channel stuff. Or I want to change like my background stuff, my about me. I want to change it all. I just don't know, like, what do I do? It is the main cause of palpitations for me, so now white coffee, like small amounts of black coffee, then tons of milk and cream. I have to take out the milk and cream because I started noticing that I'm just drinking my calories and I would still eat chocolate. So it's either the cream and milk and sugar or the chocolate, and I chose chocolate. So black coffee it is. Yeah, I usually only have like maybe a total of 16 ounces, maybe 12 ounces of coffee a day. Chocolate. Jones gets me. Well, my coffee is still expensive, but yeah, I stick to very basic coffee. I don't like to mix it with anything, not gonna lie. Have you ever had burnt coffee? So, someone at work, I don't know who the fuck's doing this, but they make burnt coffee. Like, do you know that burnt taste in coffee? Yes, and Turkish coffee, etc. But like burnt coffee, listen. That shit makes me so angry. Why would you do this? Don't burn the fucking coffee. I don't fancy burned coffee. But if it's the only thing that's there, like what the fuck do you do? My wife had a mix of chocolate on her coffee. It's like mocha. Yeah, I do that too. I've done that. I don't do that anymore, but I've done that. It's really good. It's really good. But I guess I'd rather just eat chocolate. I don't know. Something about just eating chocolate. Like when I'm bored and you just have chocolate and you're just, yes. Like everything's okay. Instant serotonin boost. First of all, what colors do I want to go with if I change my panels? I don't know. I have no idea. I want to change it, but to what? Like, do I want to I can share this. Hold on. Can I? I think I can. No, I'd have to crop the screen. Never mind. Cyan blue and heavy lavender. What's a heavy lavender? I used to make a whipped cream latte for my waifu until she ended up... Oh, that sounds really good though. That sounds so fucking good. I'm feeling like I want to change my stream background too. I just want to change everything. Like I feel like it's so moody in here. I don't know, I like it, but I don't, you know? Like a darker lavender. Holy crap. On Twitch, my stream's a lot, like, brighter. than what it looks like on my screens. Yeah, now it's just black coffee, but much healthier this way. Black coffee is much better for you, for everyone. Namu has... Where's his stream? I'm gonna have him tabbed up so that I can see whether or not he's going live. Holy crap, this dude streams so long. 7-hour streams back to back? How's that even possible? I would not be able to do it, I'll tell you that. I would not. You couldn't pay me enough to do that. Nope, nope, nope. You use filters? Do I? It might just be the screen brightness on this specific monitor over here. The only filters I don't have any filters. I don't even have color correction on. What does it look like with it? Oh. Oh. Yeah, I don't have that on. What other filters are there? What's a Luma key? We can sharpen? Yeah, no, that's too complicated for me. I'd rather not. I don't want to do it. Just black coffee is good, but watch out for its high level of caffeine kick. Yeah, that's why I normally only have like 4 to 8 ounces of coffee each time. I don't really drink a lot of coffee. Even, you know, when it's like instant coffee and it's like use whatever tablespoon, I use like half of that. Like just a tiny bit. I drink a taurine-free energy drink too to balance it out. Works fine now. Oh, Leo! Hi, Leo. Welcome in. How are you doing? What you been up to, Leo?
Pretty much just restarting my entire capture card.
Ooh, let's make a let's make a stage.
What are you doing? I got home and you fell asleep. Oh, it must have been so good. I love taking naps. You didn't sleep at all? Leo, no. Prioritize sleep over homework, please. Please. Actually, don't listen to me. Do whatever it is you need to do. But you need to sleep too, okay? You need to sleep too. You need to get some good night's rest. Honestly, IDK what I was doing in that clip. I can tell. I can tell. Now you're going bowling with friends? Is that why you had to do so much homework? So you could go bowling? That makes sense. I want to go bowling. Can I go with you? I want to go. Sounds fun. I haven't gone bowling in a while. I might rip my nails off though. Yes, ma'am. I beat gym too, and you got Ponyta. Yes, let's go, Jones. Yes, 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 yes. Everyone is invited. Okay. I don't want to drive though, so come pick me up all the way in California. Thank you. Let me just fly down real quick. Yeah. I'll teleport over. Let me just hop in my teleporter. It's like right over there. What's it called? I want to get new emotes too. I know. I'm so fucking extra. Maybe I'll do it for my 2-year anniversary from affiliate. It's coming in 3 months, 4 months. I don't know. 4 months. I don't know. I don't remember. But we're doing I don't know what I should do. Should I just do like a fucking 24-hour stream? Fuck it. To get some energy drinks. Dude, my hair is still wet and it's so fluffy. It's hella annoying. I just do like a 24-hour stream. Bowling with the homies? Dude, that sounds so fun. There's definitely a teleport machine behind you. Yeah. I'll be there. I'll be back, guys. I gotta go, actually, end stream. Okay, bye. Bye. End stream, bye. I gotta go. Jones, I'll pick you up on the way. I'll pick you up on the way, don't worry. There's Namu. There's Nama Lama gone. There he go. We're almost done with our coffee though, at least. Very close to it. Okay. I don't know, do I just want to buy like a default Etsy Twitch panel set? Like, that sounds fine too, right? Like, pretty easy. Let me sign into my Etsy. What's my Etsy? I don't know if this is the right password. Y'all have that like five different passwords that you switch out all the time? Oh! What happened? What is this? How do I go back? Okay. Let's look up Twitch panels. Twitch panels? English? I mean, I could search for like free to use ones too. Oh, this one, it's snowing. Toolie! What's up, Tools? Missed you yesterday, my guy. Hell yeah, go out of your way to New York to get me. I think I'm gonna make hot chocolate. You caught Ghastly too? You on a roll catching Pokemon today. You're so hungry? That bowling place will probably have expensive food. Yeah, go make like a grilled cheese before you go, bro. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I actually really like this one. Fuck it, I'm buying this one. This one's hella cute. Yo, it's snowing. Imagine it's snowing in California. Yeah. It's snowing in California. Imagine. I haven't gone to the chiropractor in a while. I need to go back soon. Like, I felt really good, and then I played tennis, and now I feel horrible. So, I need to go back to the chiropractor. That's for fucking sure. We'll do that soon, okay? And then I was just talking to Jones the other day about getting a different, like, scrolling, what is it? Chat layout thing? Or where is it? This one? This thing? Chat layout? I want a different one. Basically 0 sugars, 0 taurine, and only 4 calories per serve. 4 calories? Yo, send that shit my way. Send that shit over. Oh yeah, the little thingy you showed me? Yeah, the thingy. You know the thing? That thing? With the thingy? I just want new shit, guys. I get bored easily, okay? And I just want new stuff all the time. Let me live my best life. I'm scrolling through, I see a lot of cool stuff. Wait, that's fucking cute. I hate it here. I easily get sucked into cute things. I'm like, ooh, it has sparkles, now I need it. Channel points? Oh, that is cute too. I hate it here. Fuck. I kind of want to also change the whole theme of everything. Discord, Twitch, everything, new theme. But I want something unique, you know, like everything's done already. There's nothing new. Retweet. Yeah, the thing. I didn't hear what to name my Ghastly. Name it Tools. Damn, my watch hasn't dead for a minute. What do you mean? Go charge it? Unless it's not a charging watch. Peekaboo. What's peekaboo? What? I like these. I wish you guys could see, but I don't want to dox anything about me, so I'm not going to show you. W name? Thank you. Oh, is that what you're trying to name it? No. Leo wanted you to name your Ghastly. Damn, my watch has been dead for a minute. What's up, Fatal? Welcome in. How are you doing? We's chillin' today. I'm waiting on Namu. He's still on a starting soon screen, so we're gonna give him a lot of time though, because I think he's very, very busy. He's super busy today with Ballsy. So Ballsy, you better play with us too. You better play with us, or else. I'll change the game because I'll probably forget. There you go. And sometimes it takes a long time to like set up for some reason, I don't know. Great, how are you, Fatal? I'm doing well. We're chilling today. I do have to take the dogs out before we start playing Jackbox though. I just fed them, so they're gonna be like wanting to use the restroom in a second. Wait, what? I could send you some? But we shall talk about this, since you require me to K personal info, obviously. Unless you got a P.O. box. Wait, what are you sending me? I mean, you can just send it to my mom's house. Is it bad that I use my mom's house for everything? Like Amazon? Oh, the energy drink. Wait, do we just not have them here? I'm pretty sure I can get some. Ooh, nice. Hope it's not too cold out where you are. It's actually not. California, dude, hot. Hot. 70 degrees sunny right now. Amazon or through their website. Oh, yeah. I can, yeah, just send me the link to, or what is it called? Holy Energy? Let's look it up. Dude, what? That sounds so nice right now. Why is it fucking cold for you? Yo, this is not in English. Nope, I don't think I can get this here. I don't think I can get this here. I don't see anything. Yeah, it's oh my god! Holy shit! scared the shit out of you. How do you think I feel? That was so fucking loud. Yo, not gonna lie, I almost hit the floor. Yo, I almost hit the floor. Yo, what the fuck? That was so scary. Thank you so much. Yeah. Let me turn those down though. That was hella fucking loud. This is what sucks about not having a separate streaming PC, is that I put audio up and down all the time. So it's always going to be different. You know what I mean? Why is the volume at 100% for everything? That's so dumb. Where's the save button? Everything's at okay, well that's at 60. What the fuck? Why is some of this low and some of it super loud? Let me just turn them slightly down so I'm not blowing everyone's fucking ears out, yeah? Then again, I don't want it to like scare me. Oh my gosh! Why is it so loud? Wait, that's set really low, but why is it so loud? That makes no sense. I wish there was a volume button for the whole thing. Okay. Is there a way to change just the audio? I don't think so. I think that's it. I just noticed your hair color looks really good. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. It's like, this is my natural hair color here. And then it goes into a dark blue and then this bright. It's not, you can't really see how bright it is, but it's really, really light. I wonder if I pass through, thank you for the lurk, Leo. But it's having a harder time. Thank you for the follow, I appreciate you. Welcome to the Pinchy Crew. It's
Country underscore 1776 is now following.
Breaking through in North America, given the huge market there is already. It's a great alternative for straight caffeine or taurine, kerosene-filled energy drinks. Ooh. Ooh. Have fun, Leo. Be safe, okay? Be safe. Yeah, the transition is really good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm wondering if, like, do you see how light this is? It's actually super light. I don't know. It's not really picking it up. If anything, guys, I would be a hairdresser. That's the backup plan. I will dye your hair whatever color you want. Don't worry, I got you. Unless I personally think it doesn't look good on you, then I would change it. We would change it. Let me see this. Namu looks like he's rapping the song that I'm listening to. Angie, hello! What's up, Maz? How are you guys doing today? What are you guys up to? Where's the coffee at? I finished it.
Yeah, go ahead. Run them.
Alright.
Run your ads.
Attention. If you or a loved one have been diagnosed with respiratory
Okay,
you may be
then
entitled
can
to
I
financial compensation.
Run them.
Angie chillin'? Where's the clip? Give me the clip, or else. I don't even know where my shoutout player went. It's somewhere. I have. God, I need to fix. I need to fix this. There's a shoutout clip. Hold on. Let me try this. More coffee time? No. No more coffee time. Hi, Toxic. Welcome in. I have no idea what Namu's saying, but it still looks like he's singing or rapping the song that I'm listening to. I want to change. Fuck it. I'm just gonna buy stuff, guys. I'm gonna spend all my money. Who's gonna stop me? You guys? Like, not even. What is happening on John's stream right now? Jackbox? Yeah. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Welcome to the Kimchi crew.
Toxic
Y'all.
Talk is now following.
Let me know if you guys stream too, because I would love to follow you guys back. I am searching for streamers and friends to make. You know, I am searching to, expand the community and make good memories with new friends, with new friendos. But yeah, let me know if you guys stream too, because I'm about to hit that follow button. I have to take... You just got done streaming? Oh, hell yeah. Let's go. Follow. Kimchi's the best. Big supporter. Honestly, you're the best. You're the best. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't wait to play Jackbox. I'm waiting on Namu. Tell him to hurry the fuck up. I'm just kidding. I have to take the girls out. I'll be back. Go watch Namu stream. It's pinned in the little chat box. It's our multi-stream link, so you can watch both of our streams at the same time. I suggest muting one or the other. Probably mute mine, because he talks a lot more. Uno reverse? I got you. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, I can't read that. There you go. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna let the girls out real quick. It shouldn't take that long, so they just need to go outside because they just ate. I'll be back. Oh no, not this clip. I'm sorry. Oh my god, please, no. I need to color correct my screen. Bitch. I don't have a backup Pokemon, like... I wasn't ready. I'ma just quit this battle. What the fuck? Oh, yeah, no, I'm sorry. That's embarrassing. A little long, guys. Appreciate your patience. I appreciate it. Mina is my waifu for Laifu. No, I don't think you need the adcom part. I don't know what noise that was.
I'm the only alien here. Frick. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Crazy. Fuck.
Oh my. Yo, who's wheezy like that, bro?
I love it. Do it again. Do it again. Bet you won't.
Whoa.
Dude, I pressed Q. I'm so mad. I'm just gonna go up and down. Dude, I'm so pissed at this guy. He gets me every single time. It's like... I was just gonna go
Okay, so
out.
we can go deep.
Oh no! Mina.
If you ain't first, you're last. Exactly. Well, I exist, so that's not possible. I know how to make you not exist here. I'm trying to think, where else did we have a clock? So there's one in the hallway. Back there. Fuck you, chair.
Okay.
That's how lonely I am.
You talk to yourself about it.
Oh yeah, fuck. In the messages, you'll see the version and the IP. Can we live together again? We will find all of the animals again? Yes. And all the diamond armor to the pros with, oh my god. Mina, of course I'll be your Minecraft waifu. I love you so much. Mom, I can't close doors, I'm scared.
Nobody was there. Look right. Somebody was there. I can't shoot. I got him.
Let's go, Sin. Let's go, Sin. Okay, okay, wait. You're just better.
Holding.
No, I take it back.
Right side, right side. Oh shit! Sin! I'm clipping that for you!
Alright, give me 30 seconds.
Y'all are funny for doing this. Press space, press space, press space! Space, space, hold space, hold space, hold space! Hold space! Space, 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 space! Hold it, hold it. Hold it. Oh my god. She died.
Nicole.
It's such a chore, like you have to go get the water, then you have to drink it, and then you have to wash the cup after. Stop! How did I survive that? Fuck you guys. You guys suck. Oh my god. Turn it off. It's so... Oh my god. I mean, I guess I should just sit on it with my flat ass, right? It's the same thing. Flat book. Anyways, I'm so sorry, guys. That emote is so funny.
guys are keeping the bees? That's so sweet. That scared the shit out of me. What the fuck? Oh my god, that was hella funny. I'm hopping out of this call so he doesn't just pop in again. But Grassy, holy shit, that dress is freaking crazy. I'd get married in that dress, you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. That's so pretty. If you guys are interested in... What the hell is that? Namu?
Apparently.
Namu, what the fuck is that? K-Chain, what the fuck is that?
Well,
Yeah.
Hey, Chain, is that really you?
Granny win.
Like, actually?
I'm coming
You're
for
not
your
lying?
ass first. You lucky I didn't come for you, even though we were on the same platform.
What the fuck?
That's how lonely I am.
You talk to yourself about it. Oh yeah, fuck. Turn it off. It's so oh my god. No, I can't close doors. I'm scared. Dude, I pressed Q. I'm so mad. I'm just gonna go up and down. Dude, I'm so pissed at this guy. He gets me every single time. It's like... a little long, guys. Appreciate your patience. I appreciate it. Mina is my waifu for Laifu. No, I don't think you need the adcom part.
Alright, give me 30 seconds.
Y'all are funny for doing this. Okay, I'm back. It says I'm playing Jackbox Party Packs. I know, because we're supposed to be playing Jackbox Party Packs. I'm waiting for Namu. I'm waiting for Namu. Also, look what I got. Do you guys like orange and chocolate? Because I fucking love orange and chocolate. I don't know why. Should I just disable the alerts? Because honestly, that was fucking loud. Maybe if I turn it down here. We're gonna try this. I haven't had a lot of chocolate lately, so it's probably gonna make me really fucking hyper. I haven't had a lot of sugar in general. Oh my god, I wanna put my feet up, and my legs up on my chair. Do you guys do that? It's so fucking comfortable. Dude, Nama's having... Oh my god! Noise! He just got gifted 10 subs. Go crazy. Go crazy. Oh, it smells really good. I love oranges though. Do you guys like oranges? I might... My gain is hella fucking up though. I don't know what's wrong with my mic. It's like in and out. Every time I eat on stream, I always drop it on my chair. But it's chocolate, so I don't want it to melt.
don't want it to melt. Okay, I think I got it. Kimchi back. I'm back. Maybe I disable the sound alerts. Because they're hella loud. I don't know why they're so fucking loud though. How do I disable it? How do I do anything? Oh, the general browser source volume. No, isn't that... I don't know. Whatever. I turned it down. It's such a cute dino dance, so cute. Alright, hopefully that works. Wait, how many subs did he get? He got 10 and then... Oh. Oh, Maz, thanks for going to Namu's stream. I appreciate it. I can tell you love the dino dance. It's really cute. I love Namu so much. He's a great guy. Such a funny dude. I wish he would stream more though, like he used to. It's a bad habit. What, dino dance? Okay, let me tell him I'm back. I didn't tell him I'm back. Namu's been so busy door dashing, he has not been streaming, and I need him to get back to streaming. Or else. I'm just kidding. I'm like the least threatening person you'll ever meet, right? Right? Or else what? What? Must be 30 dance. Tell us, or else or else I don't get channel points. Dude, at one point I had like 40k channel points in his stream, and then I used them all, I think, in one time. All at once. They're just gone. Kapoop. I wish my hair was dry. I think I'm gonna buy this Twitch pack for the stream. Might do it. Fuck it. Why not? Do I want to buy an overlay too? Not me just spending money. I also owe Sin a Phantom skin. She came back and was like, oh no, like, you don't need to do that. I was just fucking around. But like, her birthday is coming up, so... And you know who feels like spending money? We'll see, we'll see. I think he's almost ready. Wait, hold on. Give me a second. Hold on. Wait, where's Discord? Discord, where the fuck are you? There you are. Found you. No! Hello? Oh fuck, hold on. I have it on the wrong thing. I need to be so
Did you?
scuffed today. Holy shit.
No, it's okay. I've been scuffing
Nope,
up
can't
too,
hear
like,
you.
I'm just
Nope,
like, I'm
can't
just-
hear you.
No. You can't hear me? Can you hear me now?
Okay, now I can hear you.
So, did you not hear the
Why is it demonic?
Hey, I gotta make things different, you know? Like, first one was like, biatch, and then the other one is like, biatch, and the other one is just, biatch, and then, you know, it's gonna continue on from there.
I love it.
Yeah, you know, just keep,
I'm fucking terrified.
just. Okay, now that we're here.
Now that we're here,
Is there
time
are-
to
is there
end
a
stream.
specific-
Bye, guys.
Yeah, bye guys. Have a good like and subscribe. No rating today.
Yuan says stream ending scene. Best
Oh my
stream
god,
ever.
that would have been such a.
Best stream ever. What are you talking about? That was the fucking
Yeah, you're right.
best
You're right.
stream
It's the best
ever.
stream ever. It's the best stream ever. Okay, what I was about to say is there like a specific party pack you want to do, or
Or
we haven't tried party pack 10 yet?
yeah, I haven't tried
And-
10 yet. If we want
Right.
to do
So, what do you want to
10.
do? 10, 10.
10.
Okay, let's see what 10 has. 10.
What's a good balance for the screen set?
Hold on.
Sometimes I hate having an ultra
You
wide.
got a new bowl and a grinder. Let's go, Belle. Oh god, that's a little bit loud on my side. Oh right, they have like a TKO.
Oh, the new one, right?
Okay. Yeah, the new one.
Why? I hate
Hold on,
carpet sometimes.
settings. Yeah, let's put it down, but I'm gonna also turn off my Final Fantasy lo-fi music. Oh, and also, Kimchi, let me put this on the stream, Discord stream. See it?
Yes.
Nice.
Noise.
Yes, and you acquire Twitch. Well, room code height. I mean, nothing bad happened so far, so we'll just keep it like that. So far.
So far. Oh, there's 5 different games.
Okay, so yeah, 5 different games. TKO, which we know is like a drawing game.
Yeah, we can't do that though with chat.
I mean, we could. The thing is, I can actually moderate on this thing, and if I
Oh,
see
can you?
anything that's like, yeah, so if I see anything that is like, you know, that's just like really off, I'm definitely gonna like block it and just tell that person to off.
Okay.
You know, and
Okay.
also time jinx. It's a trivia one, and we're going in time. What? Hello?
Wait, have you not played these yet?
I have not. This will be my first time
Oh.
playing. I know, cause when we did a Jackbox last time,
Yeah.
I did have the pack by then, but we were wanting to do like different kind of things, so
Oh, okay.
we didn't have the chance to play.
Fuck, I love this
the 10th
song. Such a
one.
good song.
But yes. Yo, Rusty, how's it going? And welcome in, Poodle News. Welcome in. How are you? And yes, I am trying to like start up the new party pack here. We're just trying to figure out which one we want to start off with. But yeah, we're just like looking through different things.
My chair
Pixie
keeps
Pet.
spinning me.
Your what?
My chair keeps spinning me.
Well, it sounds like a skill issue. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, wait. This one actually looks interesting. Do do re mi.
Oh
It's
fuck.
rhythm and music. What? What's wrong?
Rhythm games?
I don't know.
We can play it.
You can play it.
But I'm bad at rhythm games.
Okay, we can do that later. But Notorious. Hidden Identity. I'm guessing that's
Ooh.
kind of like an Among Us game, maybe. I don't know. I haven't got to play this
10,000
pack yet, very
audience?
excited.
What the
Yes, you are more than welcome to play with us. Say again. Sorry, Kimchi.
It says 10,000 audience.
There is, yeah. You can have a lot of audiences here. Great for Twitch streamers.
Hold
you
on,
know?
hold on. We can't play that until I get 10,000 in the audience. Sorry.
Okay, guys. Looks like we can't play this game. I'm sorry. We're gonna go and play Outlast Trials. See you guys later. Just kidding.
And stream.
And stream. No raid.
Raids each
Oh,
other,
yes,
both
Boom
end
is
stream.
we'll start playing this game. But which one should we try? Let me call some. Who's playing with this with 10K plus? Amaranth. Why am I referencing her so much now? Like I think it's because I'm playing with this on Canthric.
We just blame
Should we
people
start with
now.
the trivia?
That's great. Yeah, trivia's always
Okay, let's start with the
easier
I
guess?
yeah, I think it's more easier that way. So let's do Time Jinx.
Okay. Blaming people
Oh,
is
and then
crazy. Imagine blaming people.
Blaming. Well, a lot of people blame me, so you know.
Including me. I mean, who
Yep.
said that? The fuck? That was evil.
All right, Jackbox TV. I'm here. We'll check the settings. Is
Oh, what are
there
you
a-
getting?
I'm gonna try without moderation. I trust everyone here. I'm playing a video game, exactly. Please tune in. No, Ballsy, no, ew, no, thank you. All right, so
Leftover pizza?
I'm making a room right now. There we go.
How do I join
I'm gonna
this?
choose bootleg
Oh, shit.
Sailor Moon as my avatar. And Polo News became a
Hey Namu?
reptile. Yes.
How do I join this? Oh, it's
We're so
Jackbox
scuffed. We're so
dot
scuffed. Belle,
TV.
you're
I
more than
kept
welcome to
going
join
to
in.
Jackbox Games, not fucking Jackbox T. dot
So
TV.
Jackbox. Hold on, I'm gonna put this on your. I'm
No,
gonna
I
put
got
this
it.
on
I
your
got it.
title
I got it. I got it.
No,
I got
you
it.
need- No, I got you. Okay.
I got you.
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 I got frick. I spelled that wrong.
What kind of link? I have to delete this.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
the
yeah,
fuck
you
kind
can
of
have-
link
oh,
was
wait, can
that?
I delete it? Can I delete it?
I don't know. Can
delete it?
you?
No,
Do you
I
know how to?
can't. No, I can't. You have to delete it from your
Damn
side.
it, Namu! I want to be bootleg Sailor Moon. No,
Dude.
I want to be this guy.
Gotta be the bootleg Sailor Moon.
I want to be this guy.
Gonna fix that at TwitchCon, and she will have a guy lay down before and. What?
What? I'm scared.
According to Newbie, apparently she was getting picked, taking that TwitchCon, and she would have guy after guy laid down on the floor, and her and she would stand on them with one foot.
Oh, the step on me?
Blech.
Blech.
Blech. And
Do
also,
we have anyone else that wants to join?
yeah, you guys are more than welcome to join in. And also, Poodle, if you would like to join in the Discord, because we're doing a you don't have to say or anything, but if you want like a faster,
Can confirm I was at TwitchCon. She did in fact
was
do
it
that.
a faster delay rather than a slower one on Twitch, because Discord is much faster. You're more welcome to join the Discord. Just let me know when if you
Wait,
join
that was
in.
confusing. He said that like backwards.
Sorry,
Pretty
Ollie,
sure.
No.
Pretty sure he said that hella backwards.
And is there anybody joining in from your side, Kimchi?
I don't have friends.
What? Wait, if you don't have friends, then what am I?
Namugon?
No, you don't have to draw anything, Valzy. This is more. I think it's a trivia. And Poodle, I do see. Okay, hold on. Yes, Poodle, I see you joining in. Let me give you a roll so you're verified in. All right, and Poodle, if you want to join into this, if you go to the standby room in the voice channel, we'll drag you into the live chat. Bell is in.
Nice.
If we get like one more, we can start.
Ballsy. I volunteer you as tribune.
The princess has spoken, Ballsy. According to you, anyways. Yeah, he's in.
Yes.
He'll join later. No, it's
Namu
all right,
technically
J-Dub.
called me a princess, guys. Let it be known.
Yeah, I'm okay calling you. Actually, no, I'm not.
What? Technically, he
I'm
did
kidding, I'm kidding. Well, yeah, technically I did that. So, but I'm not gonna be like Joe, where like, did I just say that, bro? I miss Joe already. Even though he's gonna come back soon, but still.
Yeah, he'll be here soon. No, actually, like what? 2 more weeks, yeah.
Is Fatal Night from? Wait, actually, no, yeah. No, I remember Fatal Night from their chat. It's a glorious day. God damn.
We're in Namu's Discord.
Oh shit, J-Dub, and I also see you joining in as well. I mean, joining in the Discord. Let me put you on the. Let me verify you so you can see everything here. All right, I got Poodle in. Poodle, I am streaming the can't English, you know.
That's all right, dude. It's a second language for me too.
That is true. And sad at the same time. Oh my god.
What's sad?
Well, who can't do anything right now?
Thanks for the
No, of course, no. Like we like to be inclusive to everyone, especially to those who are, you know, good and respectful to everyone. We did have our own share of being up with those who, what they like to put like extreme hateful messages on the Jackbox game or whatever. But you know.
Yeah, no, bump that.
Oh yeah, we did.
I was gonna say this is extremely bold. I think
No,
this is the first time I've been in your chat.
Oh no, so like I mean like yeah, I've seen a lot of streamers just like wanting to quit Jackbox, but as long as I just get myself into a like with good moderation into the
Hey! Oh my god, how are you? It's been so long. Hello.
I
for subscribing with your 1 month free Prime. I appreciate it. How have you been? If you want to join us for some Jackbox, you can. I think this one's a
What if I do
trigger
this?
one.
Like freaking. Oh, it looks hilarious. Wait,
That's
do it, do it, do it.
Oh my god.
Oh, wait,
lovely.
I found a second basketball.
Hands are
Hell
moving.
yeah. Yeah. This is the middle game. We don't have to.
I hope you've been doing well. It's been quite some time.
Yeah. How can I help you? Well, let me turn on my suppression.
From being
because-
sick? Oh no, that sucks.
Oh.
I'm glad you're doing better though.
Oh, I guess
hope
Kimchi is
you're
Have a
muted
lovely lurk.
right now.
Thank you for the lurk, Angie.
All right, hold on.
Hi. Hi.
Once.
Hi.
Wait, what?
Hi.
Oh, okay. No, okay. No, I hear Kimchi now.
Ballsy's here.
Yeah, I got him through.
My very important peasant.
You're what?
No, I'm just kidding.
Everybody's a
I'm
cousin.
just
in
Wait,
here, bro.
I'm just kidding. I was just kidding. It was a joke.
No! Yo, can someone clip that, please?
No,
someone clip,
it's a joke.
someone clip it. Clip
There's
it.
so much
happening.
Someone clip
It was a
it.
joke.
It doesn't sound like a joke.
Kidding.
Love you, Ballsy. How do I
You.
clip? You don't. You don't.
But I can.
Of course.
He's
Ballsy
been
would.
waiting for the day of me saying that.
Okay, so Ballsy, you're good, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
everyone is good.
Yes, sir.
Just fail. So okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and start. Wait.
Fucking hit it.
Where's my?
Hit that jukebox, man.
I would, but I kind of missed my window. Here it is. Sorry.
No apologies here, brother. Fucking hit it.
Well, hit that shit, brother.
I wish I had a jukebox in real life. I would hit it and then my arm would hurt every day. I would get bruising.
Look up.
Look up.
Looks so cool.
Reminder: Trivia Night in the Year 2023. I know you don't have. Wow.
Better
this
plan.
robot is calling us
Bruh.
out.
This was my plans. What do you mean?
Almost called this the dating games, but they sent us a cease and desist.
Let me know
Oh,
if the audio,
This is a 3.5
if the
round
audio
game. Let's get into it.
is low. I can't.
It might be a
hear
little glow on Twitch. I think it's perfect
First
here
mission.
because I get to control that.
I'll just like put up this much. There we go.
And folks,
It's
please
done.
keep your hands and tentacles inside the time machine at all times.
Excuse me?
Thank you for flying time, Jinx.
Tentacles?
Yeah, they were talking to
I don't
Ballsy.
know who I am.
I don't want you to screw up too bad,
It's
so
new.
here's a hint.
Oh.
Put in your dates now.
We have to guess between this time
Oh.
frame when this event happened.
Hmm.
Wait, that actually happened?
I would assume so. It's unfortunate because that's clearly a pastime we've all shared before.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
I mean, my bongos don't do much percussion, but yes, I can relate to
Your
that.
bongos?
Were they actually bongos though, or?
I mean, okay, a back.
And
A backup
here's where
bullshit
everyone
peanuts.
wound up.
If I turn off noise suppression, I might be able to hear it.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
I figured.
Oh.
Your score is
How
how
did
many
you
total
know?
years you're off on these
Have you
missions.
got hands
The
more than
lower,
all
the
of
better.
us?
wait, why do we get points?
Moving on.
You did, so I didn't get points because you want to have.
I don't
Mrs. Golf.
know.
You want the
Oh my
lowest
God.
points possible, I think.
Oh, you're trying to. Okay.
I don't know the answer to this.
I should have remembered this, but no.
Let's see if my
No.
bongos have anything to say about it.
It's official, a very important peasant. Stop, Ballsy. Ballsy's looking crazy.
You hear that? You
Oh.
can actually hear that.
Let's keep this train
I live in
choo-chooing.
France.
That's true.
If
I
wouldn't
don't know
that-
my date.
Oh. I see.
I have no idea.
Oh well.
Bubble, hi, how are you? What's up, Fluffy Bubble? 420.
Oh no, I got it
Hey,
wrong.
yo.
I keep getting notifications.
Just a guessing game? Or people might actually
I think
know.
Ballsy just know this. Yeah, he was.
What the heck?
That's what happens when you're a Houdini fan.
I don't like this game anymore.
I'm sending you to 3 parties across 3
Unfortunately,
different
that's
decades.
the only thing I know
Your
about it.
objective is to answer
I've been good
correctly
as
so no
well.
one finds out you're
It's been a
time
little
hopping.
stressful for me
Do
this
your
week,
best
but
to blend in, and
I'm
I might just
good.
remove some years from your score. Get ready to
I just got out
party.
my bongos for a bit, and I don't think anything got picked up. So it's a good day for me.
Sorry I'm late. I couldn't join
get to
until I
have
won
this
a
with
battle
you.
royale.
Oh, jeez.
Don't blow your cover. Choose the
This
answer
is-
that fits the decade.
No, I don't want to choose that answer. Ah. I don't want to choose this answer.
I'm gonna pick this one because it's this one.
I think it is this one, but I don't want to.
Why do I have 6 points? Is it good or is
This
bad?
is what they want.
I don't
No, I
know.
think it's good.
It's they add points based off of
Next
how far
decade,
away
here
from
we
the
come.
answer you are. So you have 0, you got a dead on. And if
I'm
you have-
sorry, you mentioned
if you're
golf.
A real
I'm Jinx
ska
now. I'm gonna
fan,
lose.
Then what's the best band? And don't
Sorry.
say real big
I also
fish.
don't understand
Real
original.
big fish. What? I don't know this one.
What? Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, this is a song. Fuck.
Yeah, I don't remember this.
I have no idea.
And Fluffy Bubble, if you want to join in, you're more than welcome. I mean, we're playing we're playing a round right now.
Oh, I couldn't pick. I didn't.
Hold
Hey,
on
that's
tight.
not
We're
Belle
hopping to the
Biv
next decade.
Yeah. Okay. Thank God.
Let's
Yeah,
boogie. Put on something from Saturday Night Fever.
Saturday Night Fever.
Oh.
People made that song? I thought it just existed one day.
Dancing Queen. Da, da, da. I don't know the other two.
I don't know either. I don't know.
You can dance. You can dance.
I'm rewarding your score based on how successfully you time hop.
Wait a second. I mean, I didn't lose points for not answering. That's kind
Let's
of
see
cheating.
who's winning with the lowest score.
So that round,
That was
I
a
think,
weird sentence.
was the more you got right, the more they would take off of your score.
Damn,
Oh.
ballsy.
Oh wow. Ballsy.
Yo,
It's the
Fatal
second
Knight,
round.
your
Ballsy's
score is the
cheating.
best.
I'm still wondering how, even with missing 2 questions.
Fatal Knight
Time
won.
for a new task.
Maybe I was closer, I guess. I guess maybe we were like the closer you
Those
were to the
dates
right
aren't going to
answer,
punch
the more
themselves.
like at first for the time frame. What?
This is
Oh,
way
that's
back.
That's
This is
a
way
2003, I'd say. What? What do you mean out of range?
You can't
Did you
go
just
out
like
of
say the
range.
answer out loud and
It says 2005 to 2020, ballsy.
Don't tell anyone.
Here's where each of you went in
I'm
time.
pretty sure I'm not gonna get this. Because I say, who the fuck is a grumpy cat?
When did he
Way
die?
back.
You know he died very early.
Oh,
Wow.
shit. I screwed myself over.
It is-
Ballsy still
His
gets really
blossoming
close.
career.
No,
Here's
no,
the
that's
next
not.
one.
Oh, what? You guys,
The
you
what?
guys, no, no.
Is this
That's
the,
not.
is this like a
What does
Riz?
this mean?
What? The bump it air? Okay.
It's a
Is
bump
this
it.
like is this like yacht?
No,
okay,
it's
that's
not.
A French thing, so I'll put in the 90s.
I feel like Ballsy would know anyway.
Like the bump it air is like it's a poof made
It's
of
the thing that you
bumps,
put in your
armpit
hair. Oh my god.
What?
There's no way that's real.
I hope not.
Holy.
No
What?
fucking way.
2008?
2008?
What?
It's loud for me.
Some
Yeah, well-
waspy.
It's loud for
That
me,
alarm is
but I don't know if
letting
it's
us
loud
know
for
I've
stream.
changed the course of
I don't
history.
understand.
Let's get a visual of the
I'm lost.
location we messed up.
Let me go with shout.
Why not?
I
Is it
think
being
I'm-
a
famous landmark
I don't remember if you
It's been replaced with an eyesore.
If I'm
Lucky
gifted, she
Bubs.
buys me a Phantom
Yep,
skin.
there we go.
Honestly,
Where are we?
real.
Oh my god, what the hell is this? Oh, do we have to choose between? Oh, okay.
What?
Apparently, this is somewhere in the world between these two choices.
What?
I'm
I'll just
memeing.
choose that, 'cause I've never been there.
I don't know where Accra is. And I got it right.
And here's your score adjustment.
Ballsy's
Here's
still
your next
fucking
mission.
winning.
Oh, it was Accra. Okay.
Ballsy was the answer to this one.
I'm not answering.
Why not, Ballsy? I thought you were my friend.
Okay. Do you want to know when it started? No?
No, it's fine. I'll guess. It's fine. I'm not here to win.
Who cares about the
They're just
franchise?
having
Enjoy
a good
your
time, okay?
Oh, I don't care
We're just
either,
having
so-
a good time, okay? Hey, Sam Winchester, how's it going?
Malnourished.
Oh, I have to look.
How's the kid?
Oh my god.
This game was meant for Ballsy. You cannot change my mind.
It literally is.
You
to be
cannot change my
honest.
mind.
It's time
I mean,
to
it's
time
twice
loop.
they ask
You're
questions
going to
about
answer
friends,
2
I'm sorry.
questions twice in a row. You get to decide whether to stick with your
I'm
first
convinced
answer
Ballsy
or
made the
change
game.
It. That's the beauty of a time loop.
No.
Each time you
The
get
plot
it right,
twist.
I'll lower your score.
Either that or you're
you
a
got this.
cheater.
Hopefully.
No,
actually, no. Ballsy is
Have a
actually
lovely
like-
lurk.
I mean, he did.
I would never
Science.
accuse
Grow up.
anyone of such a thing.
He lives in France. Oh wait, hold on a second. Shit.
What? Hosted.
Sin, thank you so much for the lurk. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing good.
I'll just pick a random.
I picked the wrong one. No.
What's your homework on?
I have no
I don't know. I don't know if I chose this one.
What is
Hold on, let me
Blue's
give a shout out to
Clues?
Cynical.
Blue's Clues is a
Wait.
TV show for babies.
Blues Clues, Blues
I know
Clues.
this one. Lumi, hi. How's it going? Wait, Lumi, how are you
Here's
feeling
a
today?
meal that never fails. It makes me wanna.
Wanna wag my tail.
It makes me want to shout.
Time loop. Answer the same or differently. It's up
Designing
Those were always
floor
my
plans.
favorite
I'm
things. They would
hiring
open
you.
The mail and you would have a 2-year-old.
We just
babbling
got
into
a
computer.
letter.
They didn't know what it was at the time.
7-4?
Wait.
What?
4 players
Now we-
got this wrong.
Which one?
4 players. Oh no. Oh, I get to re-answer.
Oh,
that's so
I chose the
sick.
same answer.
Like all day, still just so tired from work. Yeah, I heard, and I hope you're feeling much better now.
Dude, I don't know nothing about nothing. I don't know nothing about no sports.
I to watch, to be honest.
I miss Blues Clues.
I
It was
don't
so
like
good.
watch. I don't like watching sports, but like, oh wow.
If
But
you got it right, I'm going to
I
chop
like
years
playing
off your
sports,
score.
you know?
I have a special app.
What's the
yeah,
last sport
Lumi,
you
you're
played?
more than welcome to join in. We're
What's
just
the
playing a
last
game,
sport that
or
you
we're just playing a.
Oh my god, Ballsy's so good at
Volleyball.
this game. I hate it.
What?
Champed up
I
doesn't
had it?
count.
See your scores.
Where? Which one did I had right? I don't know which one I got right.
Wow, is this? Do we finally have
Third
a
round. That's the round that
Jackbox
comes
game
after
for
2
Ballsy?
rounds.
You know what?
What do you mean finally? What's
Because
that
you
supposed-
don't like the other one.
Quick
As
heads up.
long as I'm
draw.
doing better than
So
Namu.
You'll be receiving some hints from your
Oh,
future
I'm doing,
self.
yeah, I'm doing work.
You're probably
Nep-
asking,
friggin'
why
what's
doesn't
the
my
opposite of
future self
nepotism?
just tell me
Wait.
the answer?
When you,
That's
One
between
more
you two.
sub
Yeah,
until
Lumi, you're more than welcome
Sunko.
to join us.
But you know,
A game
someone
that
wants to give me that.
definitely- Yeah.
What
Enter
is
your
this?
dates
What do you
now.
mean? What does that imply? Indie.
This is a thing?
What?
Is this like
I don't
Yacht?
know.
Okay, let's put 2025, of course. It's the right
Wait,
answer.
what?
Tutor.
Oh.
I love different languages.
I went into the future.
Words are so stupid, like in any language.
I
I went
chose
into the future
2017,
instead.
just so you know.
I want to choose the year that hasn't happened yet. So bad.
Where
I
am
chose the
Discord
year that didn't
channel,
happen.
Lumi?
I would like to thank
Where did you
Kentrick
dweebs
for his
end
vote
up?
of
Let's
confidence,
see.
even though I think he's delusional.
I got you in, Woomy.
This is not a term.
Hello, new friend.
Wow, this is the first time I'm hearing like you calling Cantor delusional.
Okay, so that got coined literally last year if it was 2022.
I got you all.
I
a
thought it
little
wasn't a
something.
real
It's
word,
a new
so
mission.
Okay, I thought it would be worse.
the word dinosaur is first
Still
used
true
in
about these
print.
things. Oh, the word.
Somebody had to invent the word dinosaur. I thought they were just born that way.
Yeah. The
it had
dinosaurs
drilled into
told
them.
everyone that they're called dinosaurs.
Oh, it's Casablanca release.
I mean, I would guess it's the first guy that
Did
actually.
Casablanca have the word dinosaur in it?
No, like.
No.
Oh, I shouldn't say it.
Why wouldn't it? Dinosaur's a great word.
I.
Dino 4.
You take that back. You take that back right now. Look at my icon. That is insulting to me. I think I'm a lizard.
Where is it? Stop moving, little
Audience,
On to
stop
the next mission.
answering. You're fucking it up for me.
Oh man, when was Tupac invented? Is Tupac a real person?
Oh, yes.
Is he a Hatsune
Yes.
Miku?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he.
Jinx now. Wait, what?
Oh my god! Andy! You're gonna give me a heart attack.
Yeah, baby.
Did I not put my answer in? Shit.
I'm
This
in the
is,
audience.
That's the last one. Thank
Oh,
you so
no,
much. I
I went too
appreciate
early.
you.
I went too early.
Me and Fail 9 are going to the same time period.
Yay!
Oh man.
Shit.
God.
I guess that makes sense. That's when computers got like the biggest.
Yeah.
We have
It's,
some
she
cleaning to
does,
do.
like, team party.
Actions
Andy,
and
how's your
action.
day? How's your day going? Oh my god, there's so many noises.
Oh,
I think
okay,
I
I
need to
see.
turn
I
it
see what you
down.
mean, Patrick. But I actually didn't see that until just now.
For some kind of reason, I was convinced it was like in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for
My song.
Thank you for the video. I appreciate Candy, Landy, Candy. Oh, wow.
Broke as hell day.
Hey, Landy,
There's no
how are
way.
you today?
It is. It is.
What you been
Guys,
up
if
to?
you don't get this, come on.
No.
Obviously.
What's
What
the
if it's
stock
not
market?
But could you believe it if it wasn't though?
Oh no!
I had to turn everyone down because I couldn't
There's
hear
actually a
myself.
Black Wednesday.
Yes.
Oh, you fool! You fool! Look at what you've
Let's
done.
see how
Look at
everyone
what you've
did.
done.
Now I screwed myself
Wait,
up.
can I hear myself twice?
Yeah, I did. I did
I'm
too.
in the
That was Black
audience.
Friday.
How do I hear myself
I
twice?
did the reverse, yeah.
Where's the audience?
Yeah,
No,
no,
no.
than kimchi.
Fuck!
Oh, I think we got one more round.
We did got one more round.
We have time
I gotta
for
do
one
better. I have to
final
do better.
task.
I have to do better.
This time, we're headed to the future.
Oh, final task.
The future. What future?
This?
Oh, okay. So we have to do math. Do you remember? You have to think about the year it was, and then then you have to add 100 years on top of that.
What?
I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know when Hunger Games came out.
I'll try.
Okay, I'll put.
Wait, don't cheat.
That's
Do not Google.
Yeah, no checking.
2079. No, that's not good.
No.
Shit.
That's not within the
Audience
rules,
got it.
Halsey.
I'm shaking it up and
Sorry.
only applying
I
credit to
didn't
your
press
score
the button.
depending on how close you are.
I screwed up.
What happens when you don't answer? What happens?
Of course, Landy.
I have
Of
no-
course.
I guess if
You
I
just
guess
go
if
all the way to the end.
The 2148. Me.
Oh,
Now, let's
God.
see how
Wow.
this translates to credit.
I was close.
2,102 is your guess.
Oh.
Do the audience win
Yes!
instead?
2008.
Yeah, if Catherick was playing, he would be more near to the end. Oh my god, Catherick.
I got it.
I am not. I just always have kimchi in my fridge.
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot to hide it.
Welcome back, Jones.
I
How's your
won.
food?
Shit.
No, it's ballsy.
Oh,
Let's
you
find out who would be taking home
you
the
smelly
prize
old man.
if there was an actual prize.
Oh,
Why did my name
Go
didn't?
ahead and put that on your resume. And here's how the audience did.
I don't know
Oh.
how old he is. He could be younger.
Audience, rank 5.
Damn.
Yeah.
Dang, audience. Imagine
And I
being
just joined.
fifth.
And I
Oh,
just
it's you?
joined.
Should we try this again?
Hi.
It's
Should we try
me.
something different?
We could play this again. We
Theo?
should have the audience play it with us.
Oh, okay.
Unless you
I
want
was
to
in the
try
audience.
the next one.
Yeah, but we should get you in here so that you don't have to be the audience no more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Are you alright?
Yes.
Rim Capone.
Rumpa rumpa rum.
Roll up the
We
rim.
have brownie cheesecake fire.
Roll up the what?
The pizza is
The
good
rim?
though, just small because Jonah makes smaller pizzas for some reason. Thanks for
What?
the game.
It's
Thanks for
almost
joining.
Mortal
I
Kombat
hope you
with-
had fun.
You just switch.
I do want to play the other modes though, because there's
I blame
4
Chocobo
other
for
ones.
these dirty fox.
I want to try the other ones too.
Avoiding Chocobo
Wow.
for that.
I call him Choco Bro.
Oh, he definitely was a bro tonight.
Oh wait, hold on.
I'm gonna set it
You
up so
just-
others
you
can
just-
join.
No,
We
you
still have
just-
2 more
you just missed
but
one
I
of
hope you
the,
had fun. Try to get into the other ones when
You
we
just
get
missed
the
something
other
in D&D.
the other
That's all I'm
games.
gonna say.
The cheesecake is good
Nice.
though.
I'm
Yo, you're
I'll-
tempting me.
I
I
can-
can't
I
have
can
that,
explain it
though.
after I can explain it after
I
stream.
can't have that.
You can
And
explain
Catherick,
it
if you
in
want to join in
buddy.
the
It was
voice,
hard to get
chat,
through.
let me
Yeah,
know.
dude, what the hell?
But actually, I think you're a mod, so you
I
should
am-
be
I
able to
had-
just join in.
I
to be
don't know
honest.
trivia like that.
Yeah, join.
I'm actually horrible at trivia.
I got
Yeah,
the
you don't have to. You
avatar.
don't have to live by the people's rules.
Horrible
on,
at trivia.
Cantrip.
You are no common folk.
Oh, why did I press this?
The hat that streams. Show up.
Hat that streams.
Hmm,
He is a streamer now. That's true.
Yeah.
I always thought he was a streamer.
Okay. If
Is
it
it
was
already
senior
also-
anime
is
trivia,
area
I
in the
would have been.
Discord
I would have done
mod
a lot better. Same.
Yeah.
No.
Same.
I
Honestly.
don't think they're.
I mean,
Not movies though. I'm not really
I
good at
mean-
movies.
I don't know.
I'll take you into the Twilight Zone on that one.
What do you mean you got ads, Kendrick? You're a mod. You shouldn't get ads, should you?
Don't be so modest.
He's supposed to get ads if he's a mod.
We're good on my
actually,
side.
Yeah, he does. It
Yeah.
sucks, but
That's weird.
yeah, I know. That's what I don't know. Twitch definitely should like give no ads to like those who are
Mod.
mods or who are
Moderators, yeah.
VIPs.
That's.
I wish they could though.
I thought it was. I was convinced, but okay.
Namu, if I may, behind you in your webcam, you have like RGB lights. What is the thing next to it? Is that a skull upside down?
This one? Oh, and Lemmy, thank you so much for the gifted sub. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing you're pointing at right there. I'm
That
on
one?
a little bit of a delay. Yeah, is that
It's
skull?
a upside down Shiba plushie.
What does these
Oh.
buttons do?
I have to make a.
Press all the buttons. Oh,
That's a good finish.
It is good too. No, and I have a real Shiba Inu. But
oh no! Stop! What are you doing?
And I'm
Stay
Emperor
dumb.
and I-
Why?
and I am Emperor Palpatine.
Thank you
That's
so
fantastic.
much.
Her name is Palpatine.
Ah! Are you crazy? Are you crazy right now?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Alright.
That's so sweet of you. Thank you so
Hello,
much.
pull up a chair.
Everyone go show
Sure,
Jacob
I'll
some
let you
love.
show
Thank you so much.
Okay, I
Thank
mean, there's
you
like
for
6 of us, so we
gifting
can go
us
ahead
up
and start.
Demonic Clips,
I
The
think
Tongue Type
Val's
Games, Monster
now taking
Hunter,
a rest.
Jay Chung, Adderall Addict, Theo,
What?
UAJK, XOXO,
Silkeres, Prissy Noob, and the Cookie Monster. I
Thank you, Lumi,
appreciate
for the
you.
gift sub. We love you.
That's so sweet.
Oh.
We
Yeah,
hit our
cheers, Lumi.
sub
Much
goal.
appreciated.
We hit our sub goal.
So you don't
That
have to
was
deal
so
with ads.
Thank you. Yeah,
Look up.
fuck ads. I mean, give me ad money. What?
At least you didn't say
Don't
FTs.
give me don't give me ad money.
Leave alert now.
Okay, weirdos. We will
Do
time
not
travel for
support
3.5
Twitch.
rounds.
I don't care
Let's
if I'm
do
on
it.
here. Do not support me here.
You're so sweet.
I'm not ready.
Coming
Thank
at
you.
ya.
Oh. Alright. Why am I not getting
Who the fuck is Gonzo?
I have
Like
no
the
idea.
Muppet?
Who?
Like the Muppet?
Oh my god.
Muppet.
Oh,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Wait, he's dead?
I mean,
Oh,
they didn't.
Gonzo's like a thing other than that.
Not the Muppet.
No.
I was.
I mean,
It would be this would be a really tragic way to learn that Gonzo the Muppet is dead.
You could say does still
But
enjoy.
he would have
that
been blasted
somewhere.
out of a cannon. That was his thing, though. That would be the right way to do it.
oh, no, I mean, we need to stop being
Damn.
on the same wavelength.
Oh my god, how dare you guys call
Why
me
are we all on top of each other? The fuck?
Ballsy, what?
Great
Oh,
minds
God.
thinks alike, Anthrax. Great minds thinks alike.
Okay, look, I took a wild guess. You guys
Here's the
cheated.
next one.
What do you mean?
Cheated?
Tutankhamun? Like
Oh.
the Muppet?
Oh, Tutankhamun.
I'm sorry, I'll shut
I asked my wife. She was born the same year. Honey,
Oh,
what born?
that is so cute. I need it. Oh, that is so cute. I need
When
it.
Zobra comes back, he'll be speaking much higher because his
That
balls will have been
one is
removed.
so cute.
C'est quand la tombe de Toutankhamon?
I'm gonna use a Prime sub.
Too late.
I don't have
Wrong
it
answer.
yet. Okay.
Oh, wow.
I will eventually. Cynical is
Hear the
adorable.
sickening
Cynical's my
noise of
baby.
rice dropping to the floor.
I love Cynical so much.
That, oh, I was about to say that's my.
Everything
Wow.
except for whatever's on top is all my
Nicely done.
Cynicals.
History.
But they're like, they're
Here's your next
squished.
mission.
Ooh. Are you kidding me?
Wait, really? Wait, really?
Is this invented? Oh, slice bread was invented after
Wait.
someone.
Nothing but the world was never the same.
I don't know. What the fuck?
I'm just
I
gonna guess.
mean-
Your
Sliced bread
favorite
was
is turd
invented
twig.
in
We
this
don't have an
was
emote
already
of
a
him
thing.
I
sadly.
presume they mean like
No.
industrially invented, not the
No.
first time someone had ever sliced a loaf of bread.
Oh,
What the
Oh,
fuck?
Are you cheating?
Wow.
I'm not googling.
Yeah,
I'm just guessing.
Yeah,
It's time
it was
to
after
time hop.
1900s, but I didn't know.
So
it
is that
I'm going to send you to 3 different
Bread was
parties in
invented in
3 different
Decidueye,
But
The
sliced
exact
bread.
date was
Jigglypuff,
27.
and
so no one
Pikachu?
finds
Bread
out
was
your
invi-
time.
Pikachu's so
invented in
fucking cute,
2000.
You can
honestly.
win, you'll get some
2011.
points removed from your score.
2007.
So you're not, you know,
Oh,
losing
correct.
anymore.
Wasteland. It's fucking Doom Wastelands.
Oh,
Very good.
holy shit. Oh,
Wanna
I
hear
just
me
see
do
the
it?
leak.
Why not?
Oh.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
that's
Trying to
easy.
fit in.
Come on now.
Guys, this isn't easy for me.
That
What are you, a
unfortunately, I
Zoomer?
know. I
This
did
is
it
the
a fool.
Zoomer test.
All the old people know
Here's
this.
the line you
I
should
got
have
this
used.
wrong,
Old
I'm
people
pretty
stand
sure.
up.
Yeah.
Yep,
Aww.
I'm old.
Wow, it's
I'm kinda old. Fuck
And
you
also
guys.
install seatbelts.
Kimchi, no!
Fuck you guys.
Kimchi doesn't know.
Hey, look, if Ice-T would have
Kimchi
been there,
doesn't
like,
know.
oh,
What?
who's the fuck's it on?
Oh, I know. Yes, it's one of these two. Shit.
Okay, 70s?
I don't
okay.
know. I don't know what the third one is.
Yeah, I'll take Debbie.
Hellish
Oh
is
God,
cute
is it
too.
is it when the movie Debbie Does Dallas came out?
Shit.
No!
Hold on to your
Okay.
breath.
No,
We're
ballsy,
going to the
bad
next
ballsy.
That's
decade.
No.
Blastoise?
No
Why
one
does that
knows
look like
about that.
Froakie?
Oh, sorry. Well, we know.
Pipe down. The series.
I know what I know,
I
but just
shouldn't
not
know.
this shit.
Oh no.
Oh. Oh.
I don't know this. I'm not a millennial.
I don't know
Oh.
this one.
I am, but I'm not sure about this one.
Oh, no,
I'm not sure
I
about this
messed
one
up.
either.
I don't watch TV,
Yeah,
honestly. I
Seinfeld.
don't
Is it-
watch
it was either
TV.
Friends or
So I have
Seinfeld.
no
Yeah,
fucking
that
clue.
was my thinking
You
too.
managed to blend
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
messed
Well, no,
up.
because
Thank
wasn't
you.
the whole thing about Friends is that
I know what
it
I
kept
know,
going
just
until
not
the
this
guy
shit.
tragically passed away,
Yeah,
like,
I don't
recently?
know this
Or
shit. What
no?
the fuck?
Let's
No.
see
Am I
who's
crazy?
winning with the
No.
lowest score.
They just
Okay.
filmed this
That was-
stupidly large number of episodes.
Yeah,
fair enough.
like stupidly on largely funny.
Oh my
amount of
God, he's
episodes.
dusty.
Well,
I don't know about friends. I ain't gonna say no, but I know they had a monkey once, and that's about it.
I mean, you know, Friends is all about
losing.
a bunch of
I'm losing.
white, rich, pasty dudes living in way too expensive apartments and with less not funny.
Fuck, I don't know.
Oh, ooh. Okay, this one is. I think I'm right. I'm not sure.
I am totally
I
not
forgot.
right.
Oh no.
I kind of want a second one of him so I can like hug him every day and then one to display.
Everybody mashed potatoes. You know, gotta remember.
IDK was ages ago though, was it? I don't know.
Kimchi.
I don't even know what that is. I don't watch television.
Oh.
I don't watch the telly.
I don't watch the tellies either.
Oh,
I don't even know what that is.
Wait, what?
Thank you. What?
I hope it's not in the year 2000. Like 2000.
This is when
wait
he was
a
naked.
second.
I should have
is
sat this
wrong.
game out, bro.
That's way too low.
Okay, look. I'm just saying, is it a coincidence that he did this while the Twin Towers were hit? I think not.
No.
I think not.
Bro, I
Oh,
don't
man,
know. I don't know
waited.
any of
I did-
this.
I should have known that you would make a tasteless joke
Yeah.
about
No,
a
but it was a
tragedy
catastrophe. Look at this.
before this
Look.
was revealed.
Oh, I was close.
Oh
Okay.
wow.
Oh, why would you lie to me about such a thing? And
Wait, then he'll
also
be like
still make a
17
tasteless
around
joke?
that time.
Yeah, he was young.
That's so
It was-
messed up.
Oh my god.
On stage. He was naked on stage.
Yeah, He was naked on
Yeah.
It's a big thing.
Now I need to hit
I
my
really didn't
follower
remember.
goal.
There should be a
It's true
famous
that I
landmark
I
here,
keep
but
remembering that
it's been
they were
replaced
young.
with an
Oh,
eyesore.
no.
I don't know
Based
this.
on the surroundings, where
What?
are we?
Oh,
Woo, sub goal. I know I need to hit my
of the
follower
of the
goal.
two options,
I mean, if they're telling me that this is where they're, yeah, I mean, I'll be
I
really.
think 50-50 chance.
Oh, I know what this is.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I mistook them
Here's
for
some
eggs.
credit for you.
Alcatraz. Oh.
Yeah, it's Alcatraz.
yeah.
It can't be
I
on
still
Easter
haven't
Island,
been there yet.
Something. It's a new mission.
because if there was that on Easter Island, I would go apeshit.
Oh, I just looked this up. Ah.
Really?
You
I
just
did for a
looked this
project
up?
I'm working on.
Oh, that's the most
I don't know
random
this
thing
one.
to look up.
That place is so
I
deep.
think it might be more recent than I'm
That's what
guessing.
she said.
Oh, shut up.
You just looked this up. Sus.
actually-
I know.
If she's that deep, you gotta go to the doctor.
Oh, I have
I'm
loved
doing a
Mariana.
history-
I mean, yes.
Oh
I'm
damn.
doing a history report on me, the squid.
No! No! My point!
Yeah, I
Damn,
live in the
Louis, you
Right.
fucked your
Oh.
points up.
Time loop time. It's time loop time.
Yeah,
You'll
Lumi,
see the
I'm
same
kind of
pair of
disappointed
questions
in you.
twice.
I'm
You have the
disappointed
choice to
too.
keep your first answer.
That's why I wanted
or
to
you can
answer
take a
that way. I
risk
wanted
and
you to
switch
do
it.
intense
Your
pain
score
for
will be
me.
reduced for every correct answer. Knock 'em dead.
I'm petty like that.
I wonder why
Oh.
it's only 2 questions. It
We
should
know
be like
also it's
3.
petty.
And yes, the time loop happens in a modified
see.
freezer. Don't think about it too hard,
I'm being
okay?
ranged today. Today's been a low expectation for Dave.
What?
How many
Oh,
times?
really?
Okay, well, I guess
I'm
this
gonna
is it.
guess.
I have you on my laptop
I mean,
on
it's
Sunday
not-
Night Football on TV.
it
Just
can be in
realized the
total,
Jets
because
and
that would
Raiders
be
are playing.
far more
You
than that.
just
Yeah.
realized?
But how many times is it?
Who?
What?
Oh my god, I'd say yeah,
Funny.
yeah.
It's
I
because
mean,
Danny Trejo.
yeah, he keeps dying. in
Danny
the middle of
Trejo
the
is the Mexican
I have
guy that
no
they get
idea
to
who the
play
fuck
in
that is.
every, like, crazy
No idea who that
right.
is.
Yeah, okay,
He's got
I'm
a
with you.
handlebar
Baby,
mustache and a
change your
ponytail.
Yeah,
and
no, I
Stupid
know the guy
silly.
you mean. I didn't know that was his
Consider
name.
this first.
It probably dies as often as Sean Bean. So, oh, I can keep the same. Why can I keep the
Yes.
same?
No,
Yeah,
I'm
you can-
saying,
you
I'm
can
I'm
just
not
doing
saying
it
yeah.
double
double
point. It's giving you little advice on the screen to tell you.
You're looking
tells
for
you
a
what everyone else
different
thought.
football game to listen
Yeah.
to. I see, I see.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'll leave it alone. I don't care if I'm wrong.
Promise, I could believe any of those answers.
I
Actually,
really just don't
possibly
know.
not 113.
Damn. Damn.
Dude,
Based on how well
I
you did.
suck at time hopping.
Oh, I got one. I'm happy I got one.
Yeah.
Damn, look at my score, fuck.
Let's take a look at this
Oh
score.
man, Ballsy's coming after me. No, look at that.
Oh my
No.
god, you guys are so close.
Wrap yourself.
Now, as we all know, the French
How are you? It's fine, same thing. Yeah,
No, the
I don't
French are-
care. I don't care
The
about
French
winning.
are just idiots. Trust me.
Oh, Geosite.
I don't know, you're the one
I don't care about winning.
Oh,
You don't need to win.
what?
Is that like a Sims thing?
What?
That could be.
What is this?
I don't know what that is.
No, that's the
Oh my god.
the most horrible.
We
thing
won.
they
How are you doing?
It was
She lied.
It was horrible.
I'm
I
fine.
picked the number. I'm sure I'm wrong.
Stupid.
I don't
I got
remember
too early.
GeoCities.
I got too early.
Yeah,
Oh,
be
thank you for
glad
the
you don't
shout
remember it.
out. Yes,
It was,
yes, of course. Go follow Kitty Q,
it was a
everyone.
pile of-
Because I should
Check
have
out where you all
chosen an
went in the
earlier
timeline.
year then.
Where'd
I
we
called
go?
it Geosites.
Where'd we go?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Oh,
early.
look at that.
I'm chillin'.
It's early, but
No,
not
I
that.
got a funny little tip.
I think it might be earlier than that, actually, but we'll see.
I
Yeah.
was close. Dang,
What
Ballsy.
the fuck, Bossy?
Those
Bossy
two
fucking
are really
cheating.
good at
That
this.
time.
Oh,
for a new
I'm sorry.
task.
That's really a fluke. I had no clue. It was actually 1994. I just went for low.
Oh.
What? Oh, come on. I mean, Peanuts as in Charlie Brown? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Officially?
It was.
I don't know.
It was
You know what,
real
YOLO?
late.
It's between
Oh, I didn't
Me and
know
you,
that there
Ballsy.
was a hint.
Yeah, well, there was
I
an
don't
in.
trust your hit.
Ballsy, why
screwed me
cheating?
over.
Yeah, yeah, why?
Oh, I didn't.
Why are you cheating, Ballsy?
I didn't get an in.
Is you winning?
I'm not going to be winning this one. I have no clue. It's been so long.
I'm not sure.
Wow.
Oh.
I'll be losing.
Really?
Whoop.
Really? I always got the
On to the
impression
next
that
mission.
the Peanuts were like super old.
I thought in like turning of the 90s it would be.
Yeah, I thought it was late 80s.
What the hell?
Unfortunately for you, I know, Louis. Bye bye.
That's okay. I'm fine with it.
Just the two of us.
I don't know. I don't know.
I just remember the commercials. I wanted one.
When was mod fashion a thing?
No, I'm not sure. I don't know the exact dates. Picked randomly, but
He did 1969.
Hey, look,
Oh, what the
What?
fuck?
That,
Fucking ballsy. Swear to God, he's cheating.
No, I'm
No,
not.
he's not. He's
time
not.
No, I'm
He's
not.
not.
The butterfly
Easy Baked
effect.
Oven was in the 60s. I
By
just
messing
didn't
with the
remember when.
past, We've altered
Oh,
the
shoot.
space-time continuum. Your objective is to correct the ridiculous realities we've created. Let's go!
I
I
need
like
some
the
points.
reality I created in my brain. Thank you.
Okay, I think we all misinterpreted that question because I looked it up because there was no way that was true the way that we read it because the Peanuts were invented October 2nd, 1950. I think they were talking about the movie, like one of the movies that came out.
No, it's a strip.
No, it
It's a
said
comic
the
strip.
last comic strip.
Yeah, the Oh, okay, so the
Might
Peanuts.
have done a last one-off comic strip though at like 2000 or something like that.
Bob Dylan.
Maybe I'm just a dummy. I might be criminally stupid and just misread it.
What?
Oh no! Oh, I got it. Okay.
I got it.
I made the mistake
dead
of going very
green.
quickly
And
on
now,
that one.
Let's take a look
Yeah,
at how you're
I
doing overall.
think Shame
Oh
on you.
my God.
Yeah.
To the scoreboard.
Oh my
Clue
God.
people in the,
I'm gonna bang my
great
bongos
mind
about
that
it.
one.
For a second, I almost clicked Portugal. I was like, there's no way.
And this time,
Portugal
we're
had some
headed
colonies
to the
down there,
future.
but not Kenya.
Yeah, not Kenya. It's too far inland for them.
First one, oh god.
What?
Man, I don't like
First
math.
iPhone.
Oh. Apple released the iPhone 100 years after the first game. What?
I don't like math.
Okay,
I
so
don't
that
know.
would
So take out 100 ears.
What? That's so
You know what?
confusing. I don't know.
I've
I
probably
don't
gone
care.
too late.
I'm
Probably gone too
get
late.
ready to lose points.
Oh,
Well, no, this one you don't lose points. They take away a percentage.
Yeah,
oh
well,
no!
And for this last
I-
one, you can only reduce your score, not increase it. which again is good.
I'm gonna be so wrong on this one.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put
Why
mine. I
did
knew
I
I
catch
put
it
it too
there?
late.
Yeah,
I put it too late.
I was way.
Oh! Oh!
Let's see how this
That could have been worse.
Yeah. Woohoo!
Okay, that's not too bad.
Whatever,
So far
Illumi.
off. It's okay.
She sounds
This
so
won't stop
salty.
me from being in last.
I can never win.
Alright, that's not too
Scores? Sure.
Okay, that's-
Let's see them.
I haven't. Was it? Is it?
Trivia has
Is
never
it
treated me
2008?
so
Dude, that
Oh,
last
when
one
you're
just
off?
screwed me
You is
over.
least bad at this
Are you
game.
good at trivia?
Kimchi,
Fucking
you beat
suck.
Namu.
Nicely done.
Then I win.
Congratulations, Yurdo.
Yeah. Sorry, Namu.
Oh.
I'm crying now.
I'm crying and shitting.
I'll give you
Oh,
a
I
piece
only
of
won
bread to
because
wipe your
it's-
tears.
I only won because it's prorated. That's why. Because it's percentage, not points. Oh, alright.
Let's
Give
try
me a
something
drawing, I'll
different.
beat all
The
y'all.
drawing one? Drawing one?
Yeah.
Okay, we can do the drawing one.
The Pokemon grind is going
Oh, I
crazy.
can't do the.
You're not even paying attention.
There you go. That's for you, Kimchi.
I don't appreciate this.
I'll stick to my-
I can't. I'm gonna watch. I can't.
Oh shit.
Oh, I'll do one round of this.
Yeah, Ballsy, you have to do one round because you won.
Ballsy, just do it.
You get punishment for winning. I
That's
don't
okay,
care.
Ballsy. I don't do stick for you.
So, Nami, remind me, what age rating is your stream again?
Third.
18 plus.
Cool.
Go fuck yourself. That's exactly what I was expecting.
Hoggers,
to hear. Just so
bitches.
like,
Hoggers, bitches.
Awesome. I hate everyone here.
You're
Oh, I
first
want
as
tentacles.
well.
Beautiful. Listen up. It's my living to draw, and nobody will be the first to tell you no one can draw with a phone. It's impossible.
Are we waiting on anyone else? I just realised I accidentally came in straight away, so I've got.
I can't. I can't put this, but
My slogan is so funny. Oh no, my noodles.
I'm guessing we're not, because
Kendrick, since you're the first one in.
yeah, I just asked if we were waiting on anyone else, but I assume we're
Right?
not.
Your battle cry. The fuck?
You will see my battle cry. Is
My Chad, Kimchi's
Your
Chad,
chat's
and
dead.
someone else wanna
I
join in.
couldn't see anything in Kimchi's.
Maybe they
That
should
broke
Oh
it
yeah,
then.
does anyone want to join? Oh, never mind.
Yeah, 6 is quite a good
Okay,
number
now I
for this
wish I
anyway.
had my
T-shirt
tablet. I'm instantly regretting not getting my tablet.
And under my watch, the time of fashion combat
Also really likes the voice, doesn't he?
I have at least 4.
Let's get to it.
Well, so many
I'm
tentacles,
looking
so
for
many
3
options.
drawings from each
That's
of
so
you.
true.
You have
I don't know why I
everything you
can.
need to
I'll be
create
honest, I
them
don't
on
know
your
why I
device.
committed to this
What?
without, but now I'm in it, so I can't
Now,
stop.
Oh.
There's so much
draw
room.
whatever comes
need to
to
draw?
mind. And hit
Oh,
the
whatever
suggestion
comes to
button.
Any other
Blank,
time?
blank.
That's okay.
Oh. Would you like me to give you a prompt? They give it one for you, but I'll give you one.
Well, I mean,
You'll be doing 3 of these, so save some ideas for later.
I can't draw for shit.
I'll make a suggestion. Draw a.
Oh, can I not redo? Oh, I can. There we go.
Yeah, you can. There's a little the yellow.
Wait, wait, wait.
Time's halfway up to finish your first drawing.
Time's halfway. Goddamn. Oh, you didn't put
Oh,
on extra
already?
timers. Oh.
Oh
extra
shit!
time
I should have done that.
Is a killer. No, that's all good. It'll just add to the comedy of it. Don't worry about it.
No, oh no, it doesn't work. No, stop this. No. No.
Wait.
I can't draw anything. What the hell's wrong with this thing?
Wait, why does this go behind? Why doesn't it go
Yes.
on top?
Yes, feel the hate flow through you.
10 seconds.
Oh, God.
Shit.
Alright, that's my first review. Oh, and you can start immediately. That's awesome.
I can't. I only got 2 strong.
If you haven't started your second
That's
drawing,
alright. Don't worry about
now's the time.
Oops.
Just enjoy yourself.
Oh wait, what? Oh.
Now you're starting your next one.
I don't know if I like those laughs.
I can't draw with the mouse.
Wait, what the hell?
Oh man, you're drawing with a mouse? Oh, that's brutal.
That's what I'm doing as well.
Wait,
I
why?
do have a drawing pad, but
Yes, but you guys are gifted to draw. I can only draw Matchstick Man.
Are we
and
still on the first
Profanity.
drawing?
No, we're on the second
Second.
now.
Oh no, I did all 3 of them because I clicked without knowing.
You're halfway through your time.
Halfway? Oh my god.
also, I think I'm gonna appreciate this one.
Oh hell yeah.
I messed up, man. I missed the first drawing.
Not that
I was
you
getting
missed
food.
your first one.
That's my family, yeah. And we're all shy.
Wait, Ballsy, why are you in my stream? Are you stream sniping right now?
Baby shy. I'm a baby. I need my mommy.
I hope you get my drawing, Ballsy.
What? Oh, what do you mean? I get your drawing. I don't understand. Oh yeah, okay.
The
I
one
watch
that
the stream. You
I
guys
was
are
like working on before.
If you haven't
'Cause I need to
started
be
your
able to see
third
the screen,
drawing,
so.
go for it.
Oh, okay. So each time it's okay. No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, now I'm on my screen, so I don't see what you guys are seeing. But...
That
Tentacle.
will be precious.
This is your last drawing. Don't
Oh,
you
it's so
phone
cute
it
the way
in.
they made, like they highlighted those suction cups. Baby shark.
Kimchi string.
Why would you put this in?
This
why would you put
motherfucker's
this on
cheating.
my
Jones. My hair is still a little wet.
That's a funny way to cheat.
You're halfway through your time.
Oh, we're still waiting after Cantrick. He's probably, you know.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I'm
still drawing, don't worry.
Taking their time. It's okay, take your time. Art takes time.
So I think Poodle and Cancer are the only ones that are trying to finish
Take
the
their
drawing.
time. Take your time. It's all good.
It's the curse of having a mouse.
I
Yeah,
used
That's
to
brutal,
too.
dude.
You
I thought
would know-
doing it with my finger was
10
bad, but
seconds
damn.
left.
Sorry, for a second. Actually.
Nice. Alright. Even with my finger, that was pretty okay.
I felt like
It's
saying
time
that's
to write
Oh,
some
no,
phrases.
Oh, I
right.
love the writing
Slogans, at
prompts.
least 4 from each of
No.
you. Start writing now.
That's the best part.
What?
Oh, just
Give
put a
me
lot of
any
prompts as you
little
can.
phrase you want to put out there in the world. Need a quick idea? Slap that suggestion button. Running out of ideas? Go ahead and get weird. You're halfway through your time.
Again?
Yeah, as many times as you can before the time runs out.
Ten seconds, wrap it up.
Ah,
No.
Time to roll up your
I hope it
sleeves
didn't just
and
take
make
the
some
part of my
fashion.
sentence because it's gonna sound so wrong.
Stream. Stream it,
It's just
Leah.
gonna be real.
Thank you, Andy, for the 10 biddies.
Begin now.
Wow.
Remember to check out the different clothing and writing styles
You guys
can
suck.
use. The day is about making
Suck? We
choices.
suck?
What the fuck
Oh,
is
I can't wait to see
happening?
these.
Oh, what's up, design, Carl?
What the fuck is happening?
I didn't know it would go. I didn't know these would go on a T-shirt.
How's the game going? Pretty good, pretty good.
I don't know.
Pretty good, it's
I
pretty
don't
funny.
have the same screen as you because I'm not looking at actually the screen. So the only thing
Okay, fair enough.
We're playing the
the only
newest
thing is
hack,
write something
so-
clever, I write or anything. So I wrote anything.
10 seconds left.
Oh no,
that was
I
hard
think
for
I
me.
know what you did.
Time to let them at each other.
I think I know what you did.
This one was hard for me.
Oh boy.
Begin the tournament.
Oh wait, we could flip the appearance. It's a no-brainer for this.
The secret cock always has to win.
Yeah. The golden cock is always there.
No, but Froggy.
Frog is cute.
Yeah, that's
But I don't really understand why it's wearing a string bikini.
Because they're beautiful.
Ah,
That's
okay.
my shirt and my phrase with the Froggy.
You show
That's my phrase.
What is I think I know. who
Wow. Oh my god.
That's not me.
Hilarious.
Whose signature is that?
Julio, thank you for the baby. Stop it. Stop it. Julio, appreciate. Thank you for the cookie. Did you get some food, Leo?
Nice, Namu.
I'd buy it.
Choices. You chose. You
Yeah,
chose
yeah.
what you did.
Oh, the cock or
Cookies. Cookies. What'd you eat, Leo? Did you get food?
I tried to make it a naked man. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Didn't
I'm
mean
gonna-
to draw balls.
You know what? I'm gonna flip a coin here because I mean.
You got 12 seconds to flip a coin.
All right.
This is the longest flip coin in history.
There you go.
Damn. Ouch.
It's really mean to make us decide.
It is.
Oh, well, that's a no-brainer.
Does this count?
I feel like Lily was the one who wrote this.
Streamer bias. Streamer bias.
Yeah, streamer bias.
Streamer bias.
Yeah.
Hi.
All right, all right.
Oh, it was ballsy.
On we go.
I'm proud of that.
What is that? Laugh my socks off?
That was
Jones?
actually-
Laugh
that
my
was
socks
actually,
off.
All of my friends are
Fucking-
dead.
fucking laughing my socks off, Jones.
Or change
Yeah, we get to draw
a
one
we already
more.
have.
We get to draw one more shirt.
Check out your options and
I'm gonna
choose
try to use my
now.
left hand. Which
Oh,
would
we
be
could either draw one more or use somebody else's to change.
Oh.
That's fun.
Hmm.
I'm gonna draw a new one.
Canthric, I freaking hate you.
Do you why?
I
Oh,
think
that'd be
you-
why.
I think you know why. Well, you know what?
I mean,
You know what? You know what?
Okay. How can I go around this?
Okay, you've all made your choice. Now get busy.
Well, you don't have to tell me, lady.
You may have noticed that your drawing system has an eraser. Use it.
Oh, what the hell? I can't.
Wait.
How am I supposed
Your
to do
time
this?
is halfway up.
This is it.
I can tell. There's some real magic happening.
Oh, you
There's
don't.
some real magic happening.
You don't. You don't know the half of it, lady.
I want you guys to
No.
see this.
I can't wait.
Well,
30 seconds
I'm
left.
happy this game offered me the option of being lazy, so that's good.
Yeah, that's the new feature I like is where you can edit someone else's picture.
What is that? It's the fucking masterpiece. What do you mean?
10 seconds.
Don't you dare question my art. Fucking
That'll do.
amazing.
Oh, we can choose another catchphrase to
I'm putting it in
No.
video.
So yeah.
At least
Oh, well, oh, yeah, you can.
You know the drill.
You can't edit
Get
someone's
right in
comment.
now.
That would be
Oh.
stupid.
Oh shit.
And the suggestion button's still there, just in case.
Oh man.
Be aware, your time is halfway up.
Oh god, I'm being a menace.
More seconds.
I'm being a menace. I'm sorry.
I did.
Okay, so have a look at your drawings and slogans and assemble your warrior.
Sin, I'm down.
Oh.
Oh, the cute.
Remember, you control the garment and
Oh,
slogan
God.
style. Make it count.
Oh, I can't choose. I can't choose a.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
This might be
So
bad.
good.
I think this one is going to be cursed.
Oh
So
Welcome to our stream.
Who's ready to do
All
it?
of the options were interesting. So if that's a representative selection,
Whoever drew the little fox, I loved it. But I couldn't
devices
think
now.
Oh my god!
Oh, that's so rude. Look at his little face.
And when did I have like long hair? Oh wait, don't answer that question.
I had a dream. Right.
That's
Yeah,
my
it's
drawing
okay.
and my.
It's all because. What the
What the fuck? We had two very different ideas for this one. Who did this one?
I feel so honored.
Holy shit. That's so good. I'm putting that in my quotes channel. Quotes? Yeah, that's a quote. Let's go!
Wait, Ballsy, all I gotta say is that great minds think alike.
Yeah.
You'll see why.
Yes.
You didn't get my quotes, did you?
Wow. Wow. What the hell?
I love the double
What the
arrow.
I am going to.
Oh, I hadn't noticed that the other one had two, so should I pick the left one?
So Namu, which one's yours of these two?
That's the right one. That's the right one.
I forgot. I didn't know the details of the left.
I thought it was a did ping too. I don't know to tell you guys right now.
Hope you're doing
I don't
well.
know what to tell you. Oh,
Hope
my
you're
tongue
doing
hurts.
well.
Oh no!
Wait, hold on. Why is this hella funny? Because I drew the rainbow and Mama didn't raise a quitter. She raised a menace. I wrote that too.
So funny. It's so funny. I love it unironically. I might buy that later.
Oh
Thank
my
you,
god.
Zombie, for the lurk.
I didn't know it was 3 people. Ballsy, who said that? Oh my god.
I didn't do anything.
No!
Oh
No!
I say toss. This time.
I am
Not a
gonna go find someone
tiebreaker.
who littered
What the
in the
fuck?
forest. This all
What the
happened because of that.
Yeah!
Alright, tiebreaker.
Oh no.
Oh, now that's
There
hard.
she goes, slide down that pole.
Oh, that's a hard one.
I love that she's raising. Is it?
She move her body like a cyclone.
Yeah, it's really hard. It's really hard to go left.
Fuck.
A tie? Not this time. Classic T wins.
Okay.
No! No!
Robbed.
What happened?
Oh, we
I
got
didn't.
robbed.
Bravo tournament winner.
You're gonna
Oh,
come
well.
back later. Oh. No
Ready for
fucking
Supreme
way.
Queen. I'm the supreme overlord.
No!
Final round.
I've been found out!
What do you mean final round?
In the final
Now we get
round,
to
our
choose
two
between the other
round
two
winners
rounds.
go head to head.
I'm in tears, I'm sorry. And I
Oh
regret
my
it.
god.
of your favorite choice is
Why
Oh,
can't
wait.
I tap? Why don't why don't
I can't tap
be-
either.
Uh,
Oh, no, no, no.
uh,
Here you go. Here you go. Here you go.
Ready yet.
We
Okay,
can tap
we have
now.
to do it. Now, go. Tap whichever one you want to win more. It's a bracketteering thing. It's not real. There is no real winners.
You're gonna be back later to scare me again?
Who's got the fastest finger in the west?
Let's
me
go.
keep
I only
fingering
click
this.
heads. I only click heads.
It's over. It's so over. It's so Jover. You're so done.
Dang.
Woohoo!
What
I
happened?
still don't feel like this is my victory.
He's not even there.
champion.
What the fuck? It's Blake.
The tournament
This whole
mistress
thing is
is
everyone
pleased.
attacking
And
me.
if you've read my online
Winner.
reviews, you know that.
And then you won for it.
Complain.
Party begin.
And then you won for it. You're the one who
What did I
fucking made
win?
it. You made it.
Look at you. You're champion. Won the tournament.
Dude, I kind of want to buy the Math is Whack one. It's so good.
I love the rainbow.
The
Math is whack is my slogan.
Can we try the rhythm gaming one?
Oh, I haven't played the game one. Yeah.
Can I get
No.
like a few minutes?
No.
Oh, okay. You guys can play without me. I'll be back.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just
I need to
kidding.
skip
Yes,
this
you
next
can,
one as
you
well.
can, you can.
Yeah, me too,
Sure,
me too.
whatever.
I'll do something.
All right,
but before
guys.
you leave, Kimchi, say hi.
Hi. I got too excited.
I'm gonna grab. And you know what? You know what else?
It's
Brittany,
Take this.
Okay, I'll be right back. Chair stream.
Oh, hold on. Oh yeah. Wait, isn't that sharing?
Cheer stream.
Okay, I'm gonna grab some tea. Won't be a moment.
Yeah. Everyone take five. Take five. Everyone take five.
I need to,
Hold on.
because I've been laughing so hard.
I never played
Honey.
this game before.
Hold on.
Wifey, can you get up and just give me some tea? I'm too lazy.
Wow. No, don't do it, Alta. No,
Oh, don't
okay.
do it, Alta. Don't do it.
She gave me the stare, so I'm gonna go get it myself. I'll be back.
That's a good woman. That's a keeper.
Good job, Alta.
Unlock. Oh wait, we have. Is this progressive?
I have no idea. I've never played this.
No, it says
this
unlock
before.
everything. Unlock all the songs and instruments.
Scores and
and
progress are still tracked.
tracked.
Interesting.
Huh.
Let's play it. I would play vanilla for now and just see what to
Oh yeah,
expect
yeah,
from
for
it.
sure, for sure. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what this has to behold.
Same.
I mean, okay, from what it says, it is a rhythm game. Something that Kimchi will probably struggling at.
I don't
okay,
think
man,
so.
I'll-
She plays Valorant. She has to be.
That works.
I don't know.
Valorant makes you better at rhythm games by virtue of it
Yeah.
being I don't know anything about Valorant. I'm sorry. I'm gonna drop the ball on that one. I'm just
Just
gonna.
like Overwatch.
It's okay. I don't know anything about Valorant either.
The only first-person shooter I play is Team Fortress 2, and it's only because it has funny hats and emotes.
TFT.
I've never played TFC. Always wanted to play it.
TFC, turkey fried chicken. I don't know.
Oh hell
What
yeah!
the frick?
I don't know.
I'm gonna fry that turkey with a chicken.
Turkey fried chicken.
You don't know the mysteries of turkey kind. They're very mystical in that way, that they are capable of frying. That's what they're doing in their off time. That's why we take care of them during Thanksgiving. It's actually us coming back at them. Yeah, for frying all those chickens.
They're like, come, come, come.
That's what they get for being so delicious. Don't ask me what my favorite white meat is. You won't like my answer.
What is it?
It's me.
Oh!
I don't know.
What, you use barbecue sauce? I don't know.
Oh.
You just follow up with that?
I don't know. I would. Listen, I don't know what. Listen, I don't know what I'm capable of. I don't even know who I am.
You're alive.
I don't know who I am.
That is a question. Arlie.
Alright. So what's this game about?
It's a resum game, apparently.
All I know is it's a rhythm game.
How are we supposed to play this?
I think thanks to being on
all
stream
music
for...
will play perfectly. Oh no, that's.
I think thanks to us watching through Discord instead of Twitch,
Yeah,
I think
this will,
we
probably it'll be a
yeah,
lot
we should have
better,
virtue
yeah.
of that. We don't have any lag on it.
What's
I
the-
suppose that's why I
Right.
haven't seen it too much on Twitch.
Oh, did you put the room code somewhere?
Do, do, re, mi.
No, not yet.
Okay.
I'm just waiting until Canthric and Kimchi comes back.
That's not a doo-doo.
Do-do,
It's a regular
do-do,
bird.
re, mi.
Doo-doo.
Do-do, re, mi.
Dodo.
Yeah, but his beak ain't long and droopy. It's
Nope.
short and stout.
It should be called Parrot
There's
Ray
a
Me.
Parrot. I'd be fine with that. Either that or just make them dodos.
Dodos.
Just make them dittos. they do have ditto eyes.
I heard dildo wise. I don't know why.
No.
I don't.
Of course you would.
thought it-
Shut up.
That's a horrific thought. I don't. Would you?
Dildo wise, this game is not on par.
Would you like to? Would you add as a prank googly eyes to your to I don't know, like a store clerk? I don't know if you have one at home, so I'm just having to assume that you'd go out to a store and add them on whatever is available. Go to a Jenny's, or no, what are they called? A Spencer's. Go to Spencer's. Do you have Spencer's in France?
No, but I remember
They're still around?
because when I was in
Yeah.
Canada, there were a few sex shops, and we did take the googly eyes and put it on
Hell
every
yeah.
every
Awesome.
item available, especially demos.
Any Midwest fucking malls, you'll find at least one Spencer's hidden in the back corner, surrounded by cobwebs and dildo-shaped gummies.
Oh, I would assume it's gummies for old people. They can
That would
reminisce
be,
back in the day.
dude, a sex shop for old people is probably the worst invention ever. That's the worst market.
It's made out of a plush toy.
Oh, they can't. Oh, I feel
Because
so
it's
bad
all-
for grandma.
Because it's all
Man, I
fuzzy.
can't. I'm so scared to be old. I don't want to use.
Oh, hold on,
I
I'm
don't
gonna.
want
Add,
to use.
how does it feel to be old, wifey?
Oh no, no.
You're
Alta,
one of
please.
those, huh?
Oh,
Well,
she just
Alta,
told me to go to
no.
hell. I mean,
He's
she doesn't seem like it, but she does understand half the things I'm saying.
what is she? 30? You're probably like 22.
Ballsy? No.
No.
Okay.
If only.
Welcome to my stream.
But so I was probably right when I called him old earlier.
Oh,
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Very
Nice. Cool.
I'm definitely.
I think out of everyone here, Ballsy is
Have
the
a lovely
oldest.
lurk.
Yes, he is.
Thank you for the lurk, G-Dubsy.
Or
And
wait,
Illumi is the
am
second one.
No, I think I'm older than Ballsy, or unless Ballsy's like older than me.
Yo, G-Dubsy, thank you so much for the lurk.
I'm 44.
Yes, you
Oh
do.
yeah. Oh man.
Are you okay? Do you need a little dub? Do you need a dubsy in your life?
Shut up.
Why do you know? Why do you think I knew when
I
the
knew
debate
Fred was
happened?
full of vampires.
Yeah.
No wonder he knew so much about the past.
Oh,
No
I'm
wonder he
still
was
living.
winning at that fucking trivia game.
I'm still in it. I mean, to me, I don't even know what day it
In
is
the
today.
trivia game.
Still in it? What do you mean?
He's a night walker.
Oh no.
Oh,
And
Alta,
back.
they just called you old by proxy because they
Hello,
called me old.
welcome back.
We did no such thing.
But she gave me this
We did
stare
no
again.
such thing.
I think I'm sleeping on the couch tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, probably yeah, you are.
You're sleeping in the coffin tonight.
Yeah, I think she's gonna nail this one.
Yep.
He's nailed. Unless he nailed her.
Hey, get out of here, Nosferatu.
That happens on a daily basis, but she never remembers.
Anyways. Holy.
Oh, she told me to shut. I mean, it's okay. We have a straight schedules because like we're old, you know. We don't change routine, you know. Otherwise,
We
it's
wake up.
disturbing to us.
We wake up at 6
Oh.
and go to bed at 3 in the afternoon.
Sid.
She
Oh,
used
no.
an expression that would be better be translated as speak to my ass, I'm sick.
What? Oh my god!
Yeah, that's probably what she said. That's the equivalent.
Some crazy 69.
Why did I jump into the hole? Oh no.
So
What do
like
you
fruits
mean?
are really yummy, you know?
Honey, somebody suggested something very interesting on chat.
Do not share.
It would be a very boring 69 to be fair.
I mean, at our age, we barely move, so who cares?
Okay, you know what, that's fair. You know what, maybe I should reevaluate my age and what I'm capable of doing now.
Cantrick, I need an adult.
There are no adults here, I'm sorry.
There are no adults
The
here,
adults
you're
are the
right.
ones that are making this happen.
The only adult here is a vampire. He's going to murder us all.
I just spit out coffee on my balls. Oh.
Somebody put garlic in a frame.
Jesus. I'm not kidding. I was looking down and I just spit.
You know what?
my
To be
tea.
fair, if somebody put garlic in my coffee, I would spit it up too.
Alta, can you come and dry it up?
You choose the weirdest times to get to profit yourself off. Shit, that's not the right word.
That hurts. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay.
The
Now
adults are
there's no chance.
scary,
Oh my God.
bruh.
What do you mean? Ooh. My wife was like, poor you. She's like, yes.
You just get more callous as you get older with the people that you love, because that's what I'm noticing myself.
It's not that I'm more callous. I'm more blind than I was. I'm less coordinated, and I'm dumber
Well, of
than
course
I
you're a
was.
bat. Well, of course you're a bat. It's like the least coordinated and least not blind.
And I'm in France, so it kind of reduces your IQ by like half.
Yeah, being French just means that you're half human. So it's
You want
so
some?
it's like almost
Here.
everybody's there's a vampire.
Here you go.
It's not half human.
It's okay. You make up for it for having cool accents.
No,
You're
not
welcome,
even.
Jones. You're welcome.
Lumi made a clip.
Oh.
Oh no.
I was free of being clipped. Not even screaming.
But you're not free of being quoted in my Discord, though.
Let,
You should have just
Check
named
your
it Coffee
notice.
Balls.
Let me see what she played.
Coffee, ballsy balls.
Yeah,
I don't see this.
But
Y'all are wild.
What are other vampirisms?
Wait, are we
Great,
just waiting
now
on
it's-
Kentrick?
Yeah, Kentrick is also spitting on himself, but he's not saying a word.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Oh my god.
Chat, what the fuck happened while I was gone?
Thanks
What
for
the
invite,
fuck
guys.
happened while I was gone?
Oh, no, no problem. Of course.
Not sure if you really should thank us.
Yeah. Actually, you signed up
I
for
don't
this.
think I've been.
Welcome to
What were they talking about though?
welcome.
Cajun. Hi, how's it going?
Yeah, welcome to my stream.
I know.
This
Oh
is
gosh,
what
if you
happens. Chaos.
No, this happens when I'm around.
But wait, there's more.
There's
Hey,
always
Cajun.
more. There's never not more. Which is my current house in Harry Potter.
Oh, you're eating kimchi. Time for a smile.
Oh.
You want candy carrot.
She looks so happy.
She's gonna kill you.
I know.
She literally
Oh,
flipped him off.
I'm clipping that finger. That means she loves me.
Resident Evil. Oh,
Why'd
dude.
you say it like
Is
that?
Is it the one in Alcatraz Island? Cajun? Sorry, I was talking to Cajun.
I didn't say you fingered
that's
me. I
fair.
said you give me the finger, which is two different
Welcome,
things.
Cajun Fire.
Oh, I kind of enjoyed that one. Yes. Yeah, on Netflix.
The only
are you
I've
watching that
never
right
seen
now?
any of the Resident Evil movies. I've only ever seen like the I only play the games. Or is there any media of the Resident Evil series outside of the games that are good?
None.
Oh man, way too
Apparently,
close.
Death Island is okay according to Cajun Fire.
Right?
Is there an animated one? I think there was, alright?
No, okay, so yeah, there are animated movies.
I'm
which
enjoying
is
this break because I get to
better
eat my fruits.
than the
Netflix series?
which is wait, there is a there
Cajun,
is
I
a
gotta be
Netflix
honest,
series.
what-
I totally
It was
forgot
on
about that.
what? I forgot.
Why are you making your movie going experience worse by watching Twitch? I gotta be honest and ask the hard hitting questions. Or is this
Cajun,
making it better?
Stop by, man. Like we homies.
That's fair.
Found him at the homie.
I can't be so
Oh, makes me
judgmental. I only
Cajun.
just got here.
Wait, so it
This is
seems
my
like
first day on
Cantric's gonna take a while. Should we just like make a room right now then?
Yeah.
Go
Alright.
around, maybe. Yeah,
Kendra
Let's
can join the
pick a
audience.
song.
Get a room.
A majestic place.
Wait, where's the? Oh, there's a code.
All right.
The first bird that logged in will select a song to play. The other bird
Oh.
offers suggestions, as is their way.
Oh gosh.
Okay, sounds good.
Ooh, I'm a green bird.
Okay, I'll go through the tutorial, I guess.
Oh.
That doesn't
If
do
it's
anything.
too much pressure, the first
Oh,
bird that
oh,
logged in
okay,
will
I
I
get
can't
it.
change my
someone else to be in
bird.
charge of moving
Oh yes, I
things
can. I
along.
just touched the
No
bird.
biggie.
I can change my bird.
We can.
It is important that my bird is the correct orientation.
I want the one who.
Oh, so,
which has
so this is progressive. Okay.
Oh no,
Now
I'm
what's
white
going
now. Oh, yeah, you can still change. There you go.
For the tutorial,
That's the correct
I
bird.
kept it simple.
I'm not hearing anything.
There's only one
You guys
choice.
can't hear
Turn up
this
your stream
audio.
volume.
Oh.
If a
Wait,
bird
I didn't
still
choose a
wants to
bird.
join, they
You can
still
still choose a
do
bird. You
Make
just
sure
tap
all
on
participating
it.
birds are
Just
logged
tap
I
in
see.
tap.
and are on the instrument they
did
want to play before pressing play.
You did.
What's tasking as always? Playing
Don't be
phone
cocky.
game and watch TV. Yeah, do what you gotta do, kid. Asian, just multitask and everything. Again, I really appreciate that you're here. Eliza, hi, welcome in. How are you? Eliza, wait, am I saying that
It's
right?
time to
Eliza
sync your
Noka?
device with the game screen.
Eliza Noka?
After I count down from 4, I want you to tap,
Okay,
tap, tap on your device when I say tap, tap, tap.
All right.
4, 3, 2, 1, tap, tap, tap.
Hey, let's go. How are you? Oh shit, what's going on?
It's the tutorial song. A chance for you to play the game while I explain the game through song. Or more accurately, rhythmic speaking.
Why am I asleep on
So
screen?
let's start with easy clapping.
I don't know. Oh god.
Playing a music game and feeling fine. You hit the notes when they hit that line.
Oh wait, I think we can use our keyboard for this.
Completely miss, they hit the floor. Now.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool. Hold on.
That's fun.
I'm glad you're doing. Oh god.
Okay, I can do this.
So play your notes as you pop and beat too. Because if you score low, that plant will eat you.
What is this?
You collect points for accurate squeaks. Bonuses are gained for combos and streaks.
Oh, I keep missing.
How do you do both?
Feel the rush of a more difficult instrument.
Mm.
Here comes our hard keyboard solo.
Oh, perfect. Oh, yes.
Oh my god! Are you? Hold on.
That was hard.
On my. Oh god.
Oh,
I'm so bad at this.
I literally looked up.
Oh my god. Panda,
Oh, that
thank you
was
so much
hard.
for the raid.
That was the
DP.
tutorial?
That was the tutorial.
Nice.
Oh no.
And I just heard myself.
No way.
That was.
We are so
Yo,
zoomed.
thank you so much for the raid. Hold on, I'm gonna definitely
While
myself
the
real quick.
notes are being calculated, let's reintroduce the band.
Oh, Kimchi.
Hmm.
Baby shark.
Vampire.
What do you mean?
Let's
Your bird
go.
looks like a vampire.
He does look like a vampire. Oh, he chooses correctly. It's in the stars, you see.
We are so doomed.
Okay. We got this. We got this.
I have no faith.
Do we now?
Derp.
Derp. Derp. Derp.
I didn't know we
This
could
is
use
taking
the-
longer than expected.
shit.
Waiting for performance to process. Thank you. Whew.
Was my keyboard good? Okay.
Oh
Did I
god.
mention that these birds have a complicated relationship?
Oh, no, we
with
are
a
so
music-loving carnivorous
What's going on?
plant?
We're about to
If
be
you played your
bored.
notes accurately, you might survive.
Oh, we're gonna
And
get
if you did
eaten
better than
by
that,
tentacles.
You just might go all the way to gold.
That's a bad thing.
Joke's on you. I'm into
Listen
that.
up.
No, I'm not
It's the
actually.
tutorial song.
I
A
can't.
chance
I
for you
can't
to play
lie.
the game while I explain the game.
What do you mean sit back and enjoy the
Uh-huh.
main screen? What main
Rhythmic
screen?
speaking. So let's start with easy clapping.
Chill.
Clap.
I need you on
Playing
definitely
a music
myself.
game and feeling fine.
Performance on the main screen?
The
Wait,
notes
what?
when they hit
So
that
weird.
line. The closer you tap, the
Back
better
to
you score. Completely miss, they hit the floor.
Sure. Whatever you say.
I
Okay,
don't
so
get
we need
it.
to stay on
One is a
beat.
medium
Yeah, that's what we gotta do.
Okay. It's just explaining the rules.
So play your notes as you pop and beat too. Because if you score low, that plant will eat you. You collect points for
Oh, this was from before.
bonuses are
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh, it's just
We have to
Yeah, I
spit in
think
his
so.
mouth in order to not be eaten alive.
Oh.
This is a strange relationship we have.
Here comes
I was
our
pressing buttons.
Yeah, so
like,
Joanna,
I didn't know what I was doing.
Alzern, and Mizzy, if you guys would like to join in, same thing with you.
Oh, God.
Dragon, if you're good.
Ballsy,
you guys
what the
are more than
fuck?
Welcome to like join in.
I don't.
And
I
this will
don't
play back with everyone. Yeah.
I don't choose anything. I'm not sure.
No, no, no. This is a
I did
playback.
this one so horribly.
This is a playback.
It's not showing anything on my end.
Yeah, it's a playback.
No, this is just a tutorial. This is just telling us
You
how
just
it
watch.
This is our performance after we just played.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's based off of what we just did for the tutorial.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
But that's the music biz for
Okay,
you.
that makes a slightly more sense. Oh, we did not. Okay.
All your hits and misses if
Oh, we're
all-
eating.
Well, that's a.
What's up, Sharky? How's it
Some of you seem to like it
going?
more than others.
What? What happened? What did I do?
Pecking
Being
order.
a
Zoomer has its benefits.
Points until the session is over.
Who said I was a Zoomer? Hell no, I'm not. I'm still part of the old people club.
That's what you get for not knowing who Mr. T is.
I'm like in the teeter-totter of it. I'm sorry.
I mean, isn't a zoomer like a boomer that has diarrhea?
I'm going to
What the fuck?
wrap up
Standouts from the session.
part of
Oh.
standouts. Longest combo.
Longest combo.
Wonder who it is. 29, bro?
You are.
29?
You say you're bad at this? Yeah, right.
Fucking
Kenzie?
sweaty.
The least accurate. Oh, Beppy. Well, we know who the winner is. We just saw.
It's
Yeah,
me
yo, can you
again.
Like, lay some lines.
No, she took a singing
Oh, that's
bird.
the end. Okay, that was interesting. Wait, we can download the tutorial in MP3.
Wait, how many more games
now
do we
get
have?
New music. Now we get new music to choose from.
How many more games do we? We've only played 3 out of the 5.
The first bird that
We,
believe
uh,
so, that is
yes.
to play. The other birds
I've been on my phone. You should switch your computer. Hey, it's all good, Joanna, for sure.
Oh, some are locked.
Okay.
Yeah, so by playing,
Yeah, it's
I'm-
pretty much progressive. And guys,
Yeah.
my chat, Kimchi chat, you guys would like to join in, you guys are more than welcome to join.
It should be Hall of the Mountain Bird.
The birds will
Oh, and the drums.
The
Oh, I can
incredible
choose.
birds can
I'll
make
take the big
sounds of
boss
many
off.
different instruments.
Oh wait, no.
It's time
Oh,
to sync
are we-
your device with the game screen.
I don't understand. I
count
went
down
so
from
fast.
You tap it.
I
Just
want
tap
you
it.
to tap, tap, tap on your device when I say tap, tap, tap. 4, 3, 2, 1, tap.
Oh, I think I came in late. It's just U5 right now.
Oh.
Yeah. I think it was Baltic.
On the fucking base right now.
Why am I
Okay, this one's not so
chunky
bad so
bass?
far. Oh fuck! I shouldn't have said anything.
Oh my god.
Oh god! Oh fuck!
Well, it seems like Elisa is got the easy one right now.
Oh fuck! No! Oh god!
What the fuck
that
was
so
that?
fast. Oh, that was so fast. Holy moly!
I think
Holy hoagie!
You really took
I
that
think
somewhere
Eliza,
unexpected.
I think Eliza got this one.
While the notes are being calculated,
it's done.
Thank you for the
Big
work.
bass song.
Thank you for the like, Sharky. Appreciate you.
guitar.
I was shredding, alright.
Taz
I was
the
a cat.
Wait, that's
I'm
an
a kitty.
instrument? Chunky bass.
Chunky.
Yeah, baby.
Copious amounts of
Copious amounts of
shredding
shredding guitars. So we have 2 guitars. So now it will calculate how well we did, and it will
Oh, no.
determine who gets bored.
Who gets eaten?
Hey, Gen Z.
Who spat in
Brain
the-
can only
in
focus on
French
one thing at a
mouth
time.
the
I'm
best?
sorry. Do your homework. Do all your homework.
Did
Let's
I
watch this
mention that these birds
performance.
have a complicated relationship
I think it's gonna be
with music-loving
glorious.
carnivorous
Me
plants?
too.
If you played your notes accurately, you might survive.
Hey,
And
yo.
if you did better than that,
Oh, the quality
there we
went
go.
to shit. Holy
It's
shit.
Gonna be incredible.
Oh, we gotta go platinum, baby.
Oh, now it's back.
And now it's playing the song again. Okay, I get it now. I understand this game.
Oh,
Well, I will not survive.
Andy! Why? Thank you for the biddies.
I'll be honest, I don't think I understand what my instrument is.
Yours I don't know.
I have no
I
idea.
don't hear anything coming out of my mouth.
Holy shit, why is mine popping off so fucking hard?
Oh my god! Look at my combo! No! My combo!
Look at Kimchi go! She's doing the slapping base one.
If you break my 45 combo, I'll be so sad. No!
I'm at 67. 70. What? Why am I at 80?
Reach 100!
Yo, do I hit 100? No! Oh wait, yes! Yes! I hit 100!
Oh my god.
Hey
it's
Andy,
so
thanks for
guys
stopping
are
by. I
good.
appreciate you.
Yep.
110 combo? Let's go.
This picky bitch!
We got Eden.
All your hits and misses
Oh,
evolve into
wait, what?
points.
What? What happened?
We didn't
Oh, I
feed
think
it your
that's
math.
the high score.
Come here, baby.
Birds
Oh,
move on
that
to their
was
individual points
rad.
until the session is over.
Damn, that combo's crazy.
Who are the standouts
Yeah.
from the session?
No.
Tell Kimchi that I told you Nama Kimchi she got
We
this.
saw who that was. Let's go,
Ulu.
Kimchi.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I had to, I'm sorry. Let's
Look at
go.
all the hard
The proper way would be
Whoa!
Yeah! Good job.
Nice.
would be.
Dang.
What? What was
This
that?
guy's fast-paced.
I don't get it. Like my rhythm is off.
It depends on if you get the.
I bet
the,
you that's
the tap,
easier
tap, tap, tap at the
on-
beginning, right? Because I fucked that up at the beginning and I was off the entire time.
I mean, freaking simple.
I feel like it'd be better on mobile.
I don't want to download the others.
Yeah, I feel like
Why
it's
is it
better on
waiting?
mobile too.
I don't need that fucking virus on my phone, thank you.
Wait, should we try a different one now?
Yeah.
Different game.
If we can do
Different game?
the
Okay,
other
gotcha.
two,
Let's mix it up.
My keyboard is dead right now.
cause then I'll go after. I'll probably cut stream after if we can do the other
Why?
two. Why?
Whoa.
That was cool.
Sneeze.
I gotta go.
Why?
I got room for
Where
two
is
Person's
it?
more.
got places to be.
Yeah, I got things to do. I'm a busy girl.
All right.
Girl.
Let's take a closer look at that statement to see if you're lying.
Can we do the party game? Nice.
Except it's still loading. Okay, never mind.
I heard that this one it takes a while to load.
So
Oh, teamwork.
Hypnorius.
I saw the word teamwork. in there.
Short and spout.
I have a little teapot, short stack.
Here's my handle. Here's my spout.
Why did you say it all so
Hello
fast?
there, Elder Gaming.
Oh god, who was that? Why was the master? Why was he up there? He said
What was
hello.
who up
I should've
there?
said hi back.
What?
Did
I'm
you guys not see
confused.
that? Fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi came
Oh
on
yeah, I
screen.
did see it.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
It's like hello there.
Because
To say hello.
It's part of my redeem.
Like animals or TV characters, but they don't know what everyone
That
else is
spooked me
doing.
so
They
bad.
have to
I
figure
thought
it
I was
out.
being pranked
It's
in
so
real
fun.
life.
Have a good time.
No. I can do another one.
A chamber in a world where your mother is your uncle. Wait,
What?
Let's see if this works.
Oh god! Oh god! Take cover.
I wonder if there's gonna be this one. Hold on. This one? Oh wait. Shit. No.
No,
This
don't scare me
one.
again.
Do we have any more people joining?
I do not know. We have
Join us.
Ballsy?
no,
Yeah,
Namu,
what?
get in here. Oh, his Namu is in.
No, I am in.
Okay. Who's we missing? We got
Ballsy.
Ulu. Oh, Balzo.
Panther.
I
the
mean, it must be
vampire's
pretty
not in
late
here.
where you're at right now, Chamber. Like, what time is it right now? It must be like 3 a.m.
Oh, the little guy.
Do you guys see Dancing Cat?
No, he's not
I
on
do,
the
Oh,
but
you guys
not on
in?
my end.
Shit. Hold on. Hold on.
I saw it in your stream, but I didn't see it on our screen.
Here.
I love that video. My boyfriend sends it to me all the time.
the cat.
Yeah.
Oh. What do you mean?
I wonder if that worked.
Let's go, Balzo.
Oh, I guess it didn't.
No, it didn't show that. Let me try.
It's okay. I'm looking on the stream now, and I can feel it coming. I have it. I'm ready. I'm braced for impact right now.
Oh shit! I have to like catch a Pokemon right now.
Oh.
And thank you for your follow, Poodles.
Ready?
No worries.
Appreciate you.
You guys
Thanks for
ready?
the good time.
Yeah. We're always here for a good
Okay,
time.
here comes the Pokey.
Okay, I'm going.
Oh, you're starting now?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what the question was.
Test subjects.
Welcome to Hypnotorious. Yes, thank you, audience. And
Wait,
thank
I
you,
can't find any Pokemon
volunteers.
around me.
And now,
That's okay.
if I may have your attention,
I took care of Pikachu.
Oh, bet. Yes, I
focus
will.
on my voice and ready yourself for what's to come.
Oh no.
Relax, or I'm about to free your psychic being from your body and
Ooh.
hypnotize you.
That's not
Using
Bet.
my
That's not my psychic being, that's my
mental
brain.
powers, I will make you believe you
very
are
different.
someone or something
Oh?
else. But, and this is very important, you won't all be hypnotized to believe you're the same thing. You'll each get your own unique character to play. Sounds fun, doesn't
Oh.
it?
Wait, what?
Interesting.
I think we're about to answer
And
questions as the
brains
characters are about to
away.
be given. And we have to guess what characters we are. That's what I'm inferring from this anyway.
That's it. Let your new identity
No.
take
That's
over.
funny. That's
Now,
funny.
Look at your device
Oh.
and see your new
No, what is
secret
this?
identity. What do you think?
That's better.
If it's not
Okay.
your thing,
That's not-
all good,
not
then let us
fair.
proceed. I'm going to ask you all a question. Answer it as your character would. Feel free to be funny. This is a show after all. But don't
Oh,
give
do we
away
have to like
exactly
speak
who
while
you are.
we're?
You'll see why in
Yeah.
a moment. But
So
for
whatever
now,
character
here's
you
your
are, answer
first
the question as your character would.
The most common restaurant complaint
I know
you write
exactly
on
what to
Yelp
answer.
reads.
Oh, this is hard.
Uh.
Oh no.
How do I?
Wait, there's not that many characters. There's not that many characters that you can add.
Yeah.
Because I really want to like type a whole ass thing out, but I can't. That's kind of lame.
Only 10 seconds.
9 seconds. 8, 7.
Oh God, no.
All
That works,
done.
that's fine.
Excellent. I
Why
will
give
now
me so
reveal
little?
to you everyone's answers. Take a look and see if anyone feels like they might have similarities to your secret identity.
Oh?
If you think you are simpatico, get in a jar together.
Oh.
If things don't feel right, seek out a new group. For the moment, just worry about finding the right fit. I mean,
Okay.
I will be giving out secret points on how well you do, but
Oh,
don't
okay, I
worry
get it.
about it,
All right.
okay?
I love this voice actor so much. It's the same guy from the TMP. Oh god.
Hmm?
Me and Daisy, how are you?
Oh my god. Oh no.
Go ahead, discuss where you think you belong. We're all
I
friends
think-
here.
Come here, Kimchi. You and me.
Wait, but I electrocuted.
I think I.
So Namu.
But yeah. Yeah. You're in chill?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Which group? Just get in a jar.
Yeah, just get in a jar.
I
jar
feel like
filler.
a Lumi. I'm happy Sunday. I'm great. I think. Thank you. Hope everyone's doing
Wait.
well. We're doing good. Mayonnaise. I'm glad you're
Stained
doing
hands?
great. Hold on. Let me give you a shout out at
Think
least.
you've got it all figured out? Feeling lost? As you might have guessed, you all belong to one of 3 secret categories. But what are they?
Okay, I have no money. No, actually,
about a
Joanna,
little
you don't need to
Check your
pay. You
device and see
actually,
if this
you just need
cryptic
a,
clue
you just need an
helps.
internet browser, and you can just like join in. So what you do is you just put this on your browser.
What?
The Jackbox.tv, and then
Maybe that changes
make
how
sure
you feel
your
affinity
Twitch
towards, or
account
maybe
is
not. Either way, it's
connected
time for another
with
question.
Jackbox TV, and then
What does your sassiest
whenever we're starting a new
t-shirt
game,
say?
you can put in the room code.
This is a strange game, I think.
Yeah.
Very
I like
strange.
it though. It's different. It's very unique.
Someone's gonna like my answer.
I'm scared.
Someone will like my answer. I take no prisoners.
I
You
am
will
afraid.
like my answer.
But also, Joanna, you can also join in as a audience right now, even though like we already started the
Reveal
game.
your
So
responses
there is
now.
a room code right over here. Time for work. Have a good time at work, Chamber. So there's a room code right over here.
Oh. Oh well, sorry.
What?
Damn.
What?
Yes.
Why you had to go against Lily?
I don't know.
What the hell?
I thought it was Friday.
What the fuck is that? What?
It's relevant. It's what my sassiest t-shirt would say.
Again.
Listen, everyone, get the fuck away from me. No, get away.
Yeah, you stay away from me. I didn't say
Namu,
anything
you and me.
harmful.
Namu, wait! Come back! There we go.
I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Like,
There you go.
Keep getting this jar often.
no, I think I'm the only
man, one jar.
And finished. It's fun watching you float around. Prepare yourself for another
that
date is on the
Joanna.
way.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, I
Oh.
knew that already. I know the game. I'm a smart.
Oh. Well, that can't be me.
Interesting, right?
I mean, does it remember what it made me pick?
If you made a new signature drink, what would it be called?
I'm not sure it's accurate.
Made a new signature drink.
Oh. That's a decent drink.
Oh man.
I don't know. I typed something random in. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing anymore.
Mine is a sure winner. If you don't know what I am after this, I am really disappointed.
I think my t-shirt one was the only one where I could really show you who I was.
Thank you so much for the follow, Gabby. Really appreciate it. Oh my god, it's
What's up,
Gabby
Gabby?
Sims. How's it going? Welcome in. How are you?
Let's fucking go, Gabby.
What?
What?
Rockin' Raspberry Blast.
Wow.
Ballsy,
Alright, buddy.
Ballsy, no.
Alright.
Ballsy.
Alright, buddy.
Ballsy. Oh. Hey, Kimchi?
Nice.
180 Twister.
I I know what I am, and I know what.
Let's see what you've learned. It's the
I don't know
final
what any of
grouping.
you
Good luck.
Am I supposed
nerds
not
are.
to? Am I supposed not to like say anything about myself, or I don't know. This
No,
is so
don't
confusing.
say what you do. Not say what you are, but use your cognitive thinking and decide based off of that who you should be with, based off of who you are. Who are you most like? You need to stick with the person that you believe that is most like you, which is me and you, buddy. Don't fucking run away from me no more. You and me
Wait,
are
I
in
don't know
this
what
hard
I don't
together
know what
forever.
you are.
No, I think
I feel like I know
our
what Kimchi
first
is,
yeah,
but,
I think
like-
our first one was
Well, we've made it to the end.
You and
so
me are in this
naturally,
jar to
I have
last.
one
We will be
final
pickled
twist.
together.
One of you doesn't belong. Remember how I said that I hypnotized you to fit into one of 3 categories? Well, one category only has one player. They
There's a
are the
there's a
outlier.
fucking mole.
If you have been paying attention,
Damn.
their answers don't quite fit with the other 2 groups.
Yep.
And the kicker is the outlier doesn't know they're the outlier.
Okay, I know what I feel like I'm feeling. I know for sure what.
Oh, wow. Probably me.
Oh, fucking A, my. Jesus, this game is so fucking scary in first person, I swear to God.
for the 100 biddies. I appreciate it. It was so sweet.
Hey,
of
MSN,
you.
how's it going?
So nice. Thank you.
Discuss and vote.
I mean, based off of the guy who gave us answers about cum and women, I'm gonna say that one's the outlier because nobody else is any of that.
Okay.
Or Baldy just don't know what he is, and
That's
that just screws
also
everyone.
fair. That's also fair.
In
In either scenario, he's the mole, regardless.
Yeah.
That would make sense. I mean,
Oh, someone didn't answer.
And were
Oh
you
shit,
correct?
that was me.
Wow.
Whoopsie-doodles.
Tisk tisk. The clues
That's what I'm
were all
saying. Like, I
there.
don't think he knows.
Oh.
haha, I fooled you.
Wow.
It
No
was
way.
me.
What is
The categories? Why, they were simply.
Potato High?
Oh, we're about to
yes,
learn.
They are, I
What?
do remember, yeah.
What?
But how are
How,
you?
this is so off.
Let's see how well
The
you
fuck?
grouped yourselves.
Yeah. I was, can we say it or no?
Excellent. You're a smart bunch.
Let's go.
Oh man.
Bravo, my
Nice.
lovely
I knew you wouldn't
brains.
fit, but I wasn't sure. Yeah, exactly. Oh, the
Job,
job.
brains.
Yeah, no. Okay, so.
Take a bow and show
Yeah, no,
us
Potato, it's
who
really
you
good to
are.
see you. Like, how's it going? Gotcha. And no, I'm really glad to
yeah, I
see you
figured
again.
you were a
Smartphone.
I figured you were a smartphone.
I
because the
remember
Apple,
we had to
you know,
talk. We had to
everything.
talk before.
Wow. Bongo drum.
And you usually say like Namusaurus or like Rhesiosaurus. Pikachu!
I thought you were like a fucking hamster because you kept talking about balls.
No, so like, you know how Pikachu doesn't want to get in the ball? And then,
How about you? Oh, I'm doing good as
Yeah.
well. I've been having a rough week myself, but
Electric.
like I'm doing good.
oh,
Jeez.
okay, I
Give
see.
your minds a break.
You guys are pretty
Read
good.
I promise.
Pretty good, pretty good.
But yeah, no, Potato, it's really good seeing you.
Oh, that was fun and weird.
Yeah, that was weird. That was kind of hard.
Pretty off-putting.
I'm ready for the last game.
For the last game.
Act 2,
Oh, no, this is
fuck!
We're not done yet.
Oh god. Oh, we
Another
have to choose a
identity
new
is on
thing.
the
Oh
way.
god,
How
that's
will you
my
fare this
okay.
time?
You got it.
Look at your device.
Guys,
All
if I
good.
get,
I didn't even
if
get a
Off we
choice.
go.
Yeah,
no, we don't have a choice. If I get a little risky with
My
this,
whole vibe can be summed up in 5
me?
words.
5 words.
We're playing Jackbox right now. We're playing the new one right now. 5 words.
I don't know how to. I don't know.
What's a vibe? I'm too.
You got third. Let's go, Leo. You're so good. You're the best. You're better. Leo's better.
You know, like each time you fart, it's the aftershock. That's the fart.
Let's see what you've come up with.
Ah, free. Reload. 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 Reload.
Look at his face. He knows.
Why are you not reloading? Reload! Please! Please! How many bullets do you take, man?
Water's over there.
What do you wait? You said you didn't know what they were. Bongo drums?
Yes, I knew.
I can get the water after.
Exactly.
God.
Did no one saw what I wrote?
And now
Yes.
it's time to group
Oh,
yourselves.
it's slippery wet.
I think that's not what you wrote.
Oh, I know what you are, Namu. You're wet wipes.
Ballsy, apply wherever you are going.
I'm going in the middle because you know me.
Illumination, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Did I press it? Yeah, okay, I did.
Kimchi's all by herself again. You know if you go.
I'm lonely.
I did not know.
Oh, so lonely.
That's okay.
I have no fun. Oh,
You and me,
thanks.
Faye.
Done. I wonder how you all did.
You're gonna get first, Leo. I believe.
That's
I
gonna be in my
believe
mind.
in you.
Oh my god.
I believe in you, Leo.
Yeah,
You can get
oh man,
first.
I'm on the right one. I think. Huh. Maybe. Oh, I have a secret hint. Oh.
Wait, who had the secret?
It's time to get the party started.
Wait, that was my
What song
hint.
are you putting
That
on?
that did not help.
Yeah, that was not a
Oh
hint.
God. I don't know any songs. Fuck.
I got it.
I don't know either.
I don't know how to relate this to like what I am.
I don't either. God.
That's gonna be.
I'm just gonna describe the music that I would put on because I can't.
Yeah,
think of
same. I'm gonna describe it.
What's the name? It's.
I don't.
I described the song, guys. Let's go, Leo. Let's go,
This is such an
Leo.
old song. I'm pretty sure nobody's gonna know.
Oh no.
Probably not.
Oh, the vampires win again.
No, I think the point is for people to know so they can match, right?
That's true. Unless you're
Let's
the
see those
outlier.
responses, shall we?
How do we know? We don't even know who's the outliers. Oh, I know. It's Namu because he's wet.
That's smart.
Okay.
What?
Shower. There's no more what?
Okay.
Oh man, Ball. I'm
When
so
that
sick of a ball.
Those answers change your mind. Let's see.
Oh
Group
god.
away.
What the hell, cat?
Yeah, there's something that. Okay,
MC, you and me together forever, forever.
I feel like Illumis and Poodles. No? Or. Wait, what shower?
No, I feel like I'm with.
Maybe.
Hey! Get out of here. Hey, let's get a little crowded in here.
And finished. Feeling confident? Check your device and another hint.
Thank you for
to
Hydrate
materialize.
Panda.
I see.
Yeah, Footloose, get out of my fucking jar. Get out of my jar, Footloose.
All right.
out.
Well,
Good stuff,
Yeah,
eh?
you're-
Think it over while I
Unfortunately
present
for you,
your
Lumi,
final
I think you're-
question. In court,
Oh,
the
no,
judge asks you
he
why
never
you were
answered
arrested.
why.
because you smell like
Say,
it.
This one's really confusing me. I don't know how we got anything similar last time.
Oh my god, this is so bad.
I love this, actually. This is funny.
The system
It's hard,
is
but
made
it's
up of
funny.
haters. Wait, who said that?
Never gonna let you down.
Who said that?
Hang on, hold up. Our phones have like 4 cameras on them.
4 cameras.
No,
Is
it's
this-
3
what are we
plus a
doing with
flash.
these
That one looks
fake
like mine.
Money machines. Or do phones actually look like
Mexican,
this?
why are you
Yeah,
afraid? There
look
are
at
no
that.
adults here in this
Look at my
stream.
phone.
There are no adults.
Oh my god.
No adults.
Oh, I can finish.
Let's see your answers.
Oh, great.
No adults. No
I think
adults
it'll
here.
just give you what.
Guys, come on. There are no
Because
adults
of
here.
a what?
Yeah.
Because of a
Because of a.
Yeah, I mean,
Just say what.
of a heartbreak. Oh.
Show my face.
What?
Okay, so
Okay,
I know what
that
kimchi
was-
is. I know what kimchi is.
Lumi, that could also be Long John Silver.
I was all over the coffee. Oh,
I think Namu's.
I'm going with noodle.
Raven, how are you? You can give
I need to
yourself
go
a
alone.
shout
I
out.
need to be alone. I think I need to be alone. Wait, Ballsy, can you finish your sentence?
Fatal, come back.
Because of a what?
Because of
Aluminum, get out of here.
No.
Get out of here. You're
I
you're
am
not.
not.
You're not.
I'm
You're
there.
not. You're the feet. You're
Yeah.
not part of the.
I
face.
think I am the outlier again. I don't know why.
You gotta be the. Yeah, thank you.
Wait, Ballsy, finish your sentence. Because of a what?
Because of a little heartbreak, he said.
Oh, heartbreak.
Wait,
hope you're not
then
second-guessing
stud
yourselves.
heart. I don't know.
Accusation time.
Oh,
Quickly
fuck, I don't-
discuss your suspicions,
I'm not
then
sure.
vote.
Okay, so one category I believe is feet. One of them is face, and then one of them I think is
No, I
inside.
pressed the wrong person.
Is what?
So I think Balzo might be the heart, and that is inside the body and not any of the face or the foot. So I'm gonna go with Balzo.
And are you right?
No, I'm wrong. Oh, I did?
Oh fuck!
Wait, do they tell you if you're the outlier? Like,
No, they don't tell you if you're the outlier.
oh, Lumi is.
Whoa!
Oh,
nice.
And the
How'd you do that?
categories were...
But you were feet. It's one of the categories was feet. Oh, I guess it doesn't tell you which of
Torso.
the 3 is the.
Hey, but I voted for you.
Oh, okay. I see how
Is the
this
outlier.
works.
See
I
how
kind of
the
see how
group
this
Feet
works
was
now.
the outlier in that.
Yeah.
I did give hints.
Yeah, but I was
Nice,
Terrible.
nice.
I chose the word the outlier. Why am I not doing that?
Now
Nice.
that's how you play the game.
Yeah, that's what I figured, because you're a mask, I think.
Yeah.
Because you're on the
Fantastic
face.
grouping.
Yes.
I was a stethoscope, so that's why I kept
Now,
referring to the
everyone
heart.
Oh,
But
that's so
then-
smart!
Oh.
Then after that, it showed torso.
Because
so
I was, my hit was the category is feet, so I figured, oh, that means there must be multiple feet. But that was not the case, there was one foot.
Oh, that's what you would say,
Yeah.
Jones. I get it. I get it. I get it.
it was like keep my
Torso?
RTP.
Oh,
Heartburn! No, it's heartburn.
Body wash.
Body wash. That's not really.
That's why I said if I'm just being like a little risky about this, excuse me.
It's okay. You're always
oh,
sticky.
that's what I figured out. Was Halloween. Oh,
Yes.
I don't get it.
no thing.
Oh.
Oh, stop.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, when you talk
Oh,
about
man.
if there would have been a category for
Yeah,
legs,
Wow.
Gamer
Yay.
bias.
Bravo,
Woo.
bravo.
That was good. I like that
Yeah.
one.
I mean, I got
That takes a
Pikachu
while
for
to
the
play,
first
but I like
one.
that one.
Okay, we're done.
He said, "Okay, we're done."
Yeah, what an asshole. That was fun. I like that one a lot.
It was nice.
It's a
Now
little
We
got
getting
long, but I like
dubs,
it.
baby.
One more game. I thought there was gonna be one more.
Yeah,
to be honest.
one more.
Yeah, there is one more game. It's the little guy in the hole in the bottom with the ats for eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fixie text.
It's Fixie Text.
yeah, time for
I think this
ad break on Kimchi's channel.
He's been doing as well.
Smile, Kimchi.
Uh-huh. Smiling. Uh-huh.
Kimchi.
Oh, connecting to.
Kimchi's a little screw.
Oh. What? Tap to make face. Tap it to make a face. Okay. Oh.
Oh, sorry. Hang on. I don't mean to stall.
Take your time.
You like your face, right? You know
Oh,
who else
wait.
would? Your avatar.
Hold up. We have some new people here.
We have an extra friend. We have
like
some friends.
Ties. Hey, can you? Sorry. Ties. I can't. I can't.
Yeah, that's cool to do.
Ty still 15 and Cat K.
XX Cat.
Yeah, can you? It's either on my stream or Kimchi's stream. Could you please say something on the?
It's not mine.
Not yours.
No.
Yeah. Can you?
Hey, Benny
can you say
Games,
something
how
on
are you
the,
doing? Welcome
on
in.
our chat.
Benny Games.
This is our last game.
Billy boy.
It's our last game. We're playing Jackbox. Welcome in. Benny Games is mine.
Okay, Benny Games is yours. Okay.
Yes.
If you guys actually did reply to the chat, it means you guys are following the rules here. We have no hateful messages, no, wrongful things.
Nothing
that could-
offensive. Nothing
You can change
that has
your
to do
look
with
face
any.
by pressing on the face.
I am. Oh shit! You know what?
Too late to
forgot put on
moderate.
moderation. Yeah, I did.
You can go back.
Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Welcome to the Kimchi crew.
Benny Games 21 is now following.
Yeah, it's only Benny that answered. I'm just a little bit sorry. It's because we have there's been a lot of things going on.
Yeah,
from
man. Do
the
what you need
other-
to. It's your stream. Go for it.
Yeah.
Just exit out.
Exit to the game menu.
I'm gonna
moderate-
close
I'm
mine
gonna
out real
moderate.
quick so that
Oh,
you can
shit, hold on. Actually,
you can
You're gonna close your mouth?
Yeah. Hold on.
let Namu be the first person to join, guys.
No.
You can join.
second,
We just had
guys.
2 other people that didn't reply
How are you doing, Alzer?
in the text,
Alzer?
or in the chat box. So Ben, you can come in after I open it.
Okay.
What happened? Yeah. So we had to
So
kick
I'm
2
not gonna
people
play this
because we
round.
didn't know.
I'm actually gonna moderate.
Why?
That's what I'm gonna do.
Playing the big boy games.
Yep. Hold on.
That's sad that
Yeah.
you can't play and do at the same time.
But it'll
it's
be
all
up in a
good. No, I
second.
just
He
want
wants to
people
moderate it.
Have good time
It's when we
and
have
whatnot.
there's like 2
mean,
other
you just-
players
Makes sense.
that
Put the
that
code in
joined,
private
but then they
start
didn't
it.
talk in chat. So we're like, eesh, it's rough.
Well, we also want to be inclusive for everyone, but at the same time, we're just being carefully moderated.
Yeah, because this is a family-friendly stream here.
Yeah.
A
Here you
family
go.
friendly.
You are the
Benny,
last person to do something like that.
MGMN.
This is a family-friendly 18+ stream.
Exactly. And I blame
I
you,
do
Mimi.
Now change
have
your
the power
face
to-
until it looks like a penis.
Exactly.
I can't even
Oh.
tell what I am.
Oh,
What am I
this is
supposed?
what
While you're
Okay,
waiting,
I'm a-
put a
oh, yeah.
face on your avatar.
I'm literally screwed.
All right, we got anyone else?
Do not change the hard eyes on the screw. I will be very upset.
Oh no, I'm keeping that.
Hell yeah.
I
This
love
is-
mine. I don't know what the fuck face is thinking.
These are cute. Little emoji faces.
I look like I'm on caffeine. Like,
Yes.
All right, you
I
guys
got the
ready?
best face.
yeah.
All right, let's start.
Bring it.
I don't know what this
scared.
game's about. It looks cool though.
I think. Whoa. Oh, this is.
Oh, hello, my friends.
Hello.
I'm so glad
What's
you're
up,
here.
bestie?
I need a favor.
I have
God.
way too many people texting me. Since for my very captive
Oh my God,
audience,
this
you're gonna help me.
Bell girl accent.
First, let's teach you how to type on my little machine here.
Oh God, I don't want to type on her
I'm gonna pair you
machine.
up with a text conversation, then you're gonna get me out of it.
What?
Be spicy, be wild, just do everything you can to make sure these folks
Oh,
never
God.
Ballsy.
talk to
Ballsy,
me
no.
again, ever. I'll have you jump
Oh.
into a text box
Oh,
to start
God.
typing, but guess what?
Thank you.
Groups of you will be working on the exact same text at the same time. Why?
No.
Chaos?
Okay, so is this like?
Backspace is broken. Also,
Oh God.
deleting is broken.
Oh,
Also,
no.
everything you type will stay the same forever.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
When you're finished,
Oh, shit.
Okay.
on the words they like, then we'll swap. Try to get a
Oh,
big
God.
reaction. The loudest, weirdest,
Benny, have you
wildest
played this
player
before?
wins. You get all that? Well, we're starting
It's all
anyway.
about popping.
What kind of combo do you want to have today? It's so rare to get to choose.
Oh,
I just had to look at the submissions.
is this even a question?
Let's all submit.
You did once or twice. I see.
You've selected flirty.
Whoa!
See who we're talking to.
All right, guys, let's
Who
see
are we
this
talking
Riz.
to?
Oh, well. I was choosing a mild one, but okay, you went with 30.
Group 1, let's craft a response. I'll start you off with this. Great!
Okay.
Take a moment to place your cursor, then full speed ahead.
Okay,
5,
so now we have to.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, is this what you had to like reply back to?
Yes. There will be
All out
responses.
of jokes? Try a free suggestion on your device.
I do like this song though.
I like the way this game looks. It's nice. Very pleasing.
Shit.
The mod.
I mean, I bet you put it in beige. I would have said wait after I'm done with Taco Bell.
Oh.
I approve all of them.
Ah.
But don't get
Thanks, I feel
shebang.
badonkabong
Oh.
shebang and I guess so. Well, so anyway, beige is usefully and is actually like the sexiest color because it makes you a warm color and that's grief for C.
What?
Ow, as much as I love all of that, there are clearly some standouts. I want the other group to look at your device now and tap to select a few words as your favorites.
Usky is my favorite word. Oh, let me
Oh,
pick.
so it just gather everyone's word into like one text.
Select up to 7
It's actually
words.
pretty
The
funny.
rest, select in your heart.
I can't select nothing. Is somebody else selecting?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so
okay,
one
so
more.
I think
no,
if
I
you-
think Poodle, Benny, and Lumi
Are on
you guys
one
don't
team.
get to like
Your
change
favorite
anything
words.
right now.
Yeah.
But the others are choosing something.
Wow.
Riff. Oh my gosh.
Thanks. I feel the bomb.
Yeah.
I bet that text went down great with our friend here.
Oh, jeez.
I only look good in orange. You're not even orange.
Group 2, you're up. Let's start
Group
with...
2.
All right, ballsy.
All right, ballsy. And can
I'll give you a few seconds during the
Geraldine,
countdown
no.
to place your cursor.
More
Then
special?
have at it. 5, 4, 3, 2,
This is unhinged.
1.
I love that sad dog face.
Oh shit, Grim! Thank you so much for the raid. Right back.
Thanks for the raid. I gotta go check.
Need
on
a
my
hint?
laundry.
Try one of the suggestions on your device.
Dude, we're bumping tonight.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Melancholy Grim.
Hey, Be Sweet, thank you so much for the heals. How are you
5,
doing, Be Sweet?
4, 3, 2, 1.
I did not know what to even write.
Ballsies. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't even know what to write.
Geraldine, no. Oh.
Geraldine!
No. You like blue, right? IIT is such a sexy color and you are the amazing. You are special. Blue makes your eyes sparkle. Let me peel you off. Instant changes the life. Just peel me off.
Oh my god!
Double laugh. Let me assist you.
How you doing? I'm doing good. Be Sweet, how about you? How are you doing, Be Sweet?
Time for the rest of you to pick your favorite words. Start
Oh, I have
now.
to pick my well, this one is too British, so you don't get to. You don't get to. play
Too
this
British? Wow.
Yeah, you don't put
Love a word
use
a lot.
in your
Double
own
tap
words.
to boost your vote. Let's
Thank you
see
for,
who weaved wins
I already gave a shout out to Be Sweet.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. It's double shout outs, you know?
nice co-writing here.
Uber instead of
Ballsy's
DoorDash.
gonna win this one.
I just don't do Uber because. Well, wait, is it Uber Eats that you're doing right now, Be Sweet?
Here I
We're
sparkle.
really
Let
coming
me
together to
peel
do
you
the work
off.
of a single
A
person.
chip's delight.
Let's see who's winning and who's less than
Oh, you're
winning.
doing both?
Let's go, Ballsy. Look at you.
Doing rides and eats. I can't do rides. I can't deal with people.
They say the
advising
definition of
people.
insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. Anyway, let's keep chatting.
Well, we're technically different chatting.
I don't like this.
No, no.
They got no, this is Kimchi's Only Feet webpage. Like this is.
Stop.
Oh, okay.
Fix it, please.
No, this is what Joe wants, not Kimchi.
Why didn't you and I ever end up together? We could have been a
Time
real
starts
couple.
now. Get fixie.
Oh no.
Is this Bob from Bar Camp? No,
My
from
brain
Band
is
Camp. I
not
like flute.
working. Benny, no.
Yeah, that's why I just can't do just Uber drives. I just really can't. I just do DoorDash because it's just more simpler that way. And also I get more tips than DoorDash.
Yakety yakking, more clackety clacking.
Ballsy's gonna win because I'm bad at writing. Ballsy's got a bigger imagination. Yeah,
I
it's a
speak
little
from
crazy.
experience.
Wait, if you don't mind me asking, B Sweet, like how much like do you get hourly?
Oh.
255.
DoorDash.
Oh.
New York and DoorDash is kind of bad. I wonder if Uber Eats. I don't know.
I mean, if you
I might-
if you keep dashing doors, it becomes expensive to pay for the repairs.
Not
no,
like
this is gonna be
that.
bad. Oh god.
Still here, Twitch Unity.
Hey, gaming the system. Get out.
And for all time, don't wait for me. This isn't a human. I like Naomi more. He plays piano. Is this Bob?
My
the
friends,
booby? Leave me alone.
with
and
all
ho,
of
ho,
your
ho, Merry
strength.
Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Why me?
By the way, from Quiet
Why
Cat.
me?
Sorry, I'm only into
Why
the pighead
me?
side. I love tar sloppy squealy pighead so much Womeo.
What the fuck is that?
Awesome.
That was cute. Alright, let me see.
I must warn you. I'm not Valentine. I'm sorry.
Just a process all of today.
Let's see what I moderated.
Trust the process.
Moment of truth.
$26 hourly? Really? Holy shit.
Fort Smelly is so good. I wish I could vote for it 3 times.
$15.
Unfortunately, I'm not voting.
Yay! Oop, we've got a reply.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa!
Oh!
No!
Hello?
This is all I've got.
No, sorry.
Let's go,
Are you?
dude.
What?
No.
Get
clearly
fixing,
not.
texters. Your time starts now.
Oh my gosh. That other text sounds like balls. He's like, oh, that's rude.
Look at the pig head guy.
I might just
I wanna
switch to,
smooch him
Uber
on his
bed
third
if I'm
bubble.
gonna get like.
You think if I squeeze...
I've
the
never been
other
called
pig
little.
A little inspiration.
Let the intrusive thoughts flow through you.
Unleash the rage.
Unleash the Henry.
I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I'm done.
It's over. I can't.
God. Oh my god.
Well, oh god, I'm not done yet.
I am done. I am freaking done. I am.
It's not done yet. Wait, wait. The best part is
That's
yet
crazy.
to come.
I think you can be my big Namu wink wink smiley face. Remote. This is so sweet. I would like to hear you still singing Paradise. I love how deep you
I'm
sound.
cringing
Do you
hard right
fancy some
now.
ice drinks? Please be my hunk of a trunk Namu. I beg you. Put your hands where the prize is.
It's on a prize.
World of Warcraft.
I can't.
And pick your faves.
Oh my god, that was so bad. Oh.
You think?
I gotta clip it. I'm sorry.
No, what are you talking about? That was,
Make a
that was
decision. The
amazing.
stakes are medium high.
It's been clipped.
I think it's amazing. I think it was really great.
I can't think anymore because of how much that made me laugh.
That was great. I don't know what you're talking about.
How communicative.
This was really some deep shit right here.
Like the oboe.
Damn.
Dude.
Oh, Jesus.
We know what the real winnings are here.
They be cramping. Stay hydrated. Let's see who's rising to the top.
Damn, ballsy.
Of course, ballsy.
Mother. You mother.
I always.
I knew Ballsy was gonna win this
The way
one.
you're all using it.
You
On we
mother
go.
Hubbard.
I mean, I think there's a next round.
Yeah, there's another one.
Let's put a nail in this cup.
What
He's
the
a
frick?
hacker?
What?
Dude, my
Don't
chat's
even,
been
dude.
slandering
Oh.
Ballsy all
Oh.
day.
Page 2 of Kimchi's page.
Oh.
Pouty
Okay,
Rocket.
Benny Games is in.
You do it.
Oh.
Don't
This is
think,
nice.
just text. Go.
Don't
Oh wait, we're
think.
supposed to be flirty, right?
Yeah, so you guys are still flirty.
Oh, that's great.
I mean, that's how the game works, I think.
I had picked unknown number, which was, funnier. Like, who the hell are you? But no, you went something flirty. Oh, I see. I see a lot of people
Do
typing.
you text your mother with those
Text.
thumbs?
That's a lot of words.
Yeah, it's a lot of words. I mean, I don't really understand the language right there, but
Baking pancakes, take some bacon and I'll put it in a pancake. Bacon pancakes, that's what it's gonna make. Bacon pancakes. Oh, that's my family, yeah. And we're all shark. Baby shark. Oh, baby shark. Baby shark. Oh, baby shark.
actually, Alzern, just wondering here, do you stream as well? Oh wait, actually look at it.
Dan, this is
What
taking
the
forever.
frick is this?
This is taking forever. What the fuck?
It's called
What
flirting.
the frick is this?
Because Namu's moderating.
My Tootsie
Oh,
Wee.
hell no and hell yes, I don't prefer Valsi as hack to stream my movies. Give Benny Games 21 pets for me, I mean a bar a baby with a he's actually what I call my little Tootsie My wiggle is please for some smoot.
Oh, my Tootsie Wee.
What the magnificent effort! Now get your voting on.
What the fuck did you?
Oh my god.
Listen, if you don't understand how to pick up on some bodacious babes, I don't want to hear it. This is how you do this.
Time is winding down.
You just go up to you just go up to a chick and go like abadi boom boom bada
You go abdoo dabdee dabda Tootsie Wee.
Show me the money.
I did not go a baba dabba dee dab dooba daboo. That is not the word that I wrote. I don't know who wrote that, but that was not me. Okay, that's why it wasn't me, because it was you.
This Catman gets a lot of bait. Good night, bro. Heading to bed. Yeah, Panda, again, thank you so much for the raid. Really appreciate you, man. I hope
Oh
get
my
yourself
god,
some
my
good
brain
sleep.
hurts.
Alright.
Yes! Alta!
Wait, what? What?
Oh, that's perfect. I'm gonna be flirting with myself.
And your mark, get set.
I feel violated. My words resume.
Kimchi, you gotta fight the good fight.
No!
You gotta stop Mozo before it's too late.
Oh
no.
Oh my god, I can't spell.
It's okay, neither could any of us. We don't get a backspace.
Looks like you're working through something here.
I wanna play my bongos in peace.
Tight skin.
No!
man.
No, I am out
I
of
love
characters.
how I'm the first one. I love how I'm like the first one to like to see what they wrote.
I hope you could see it in real time.
It was fun.
Oh my god. No. I
I'm-
tried to
I'm-
battle a good battle,
I'm-
Namu.
No, it's not.
I wish I was in there with you guys so I could
It's
see.
not you, Kimchi. Of course it's gonna be
Of course
it's
Ballsy.
not Kimchi.
I tried to
Of course
battle a
it's not
good
Kimchi.
battle.
The thing is, oh my god, no. You guys will have to watch.
Let it
You guys
run.
have to see
Let
it.
it run.
Misowi. I do not have done anything. I swear, chat, you are amazing and I love you so much. Eyes up, I cannot spell. Please do not scare it. I squatch behind you. If you let me, I will open wide. Slide into my not so /. Please. Let me fap at your glorious name. Fancy any of them all? Vote me.
Vote me. Vote me.
I have plenty of feelings about this.
So guess
To make
who
your
wrote
final
what?
selection.
Guess who wrote what?
Why?
Between Kimchi
I wonder
and
who
Ballsy.
wrote what.
Guess who wrote what?
I wonder who wrote
If
what,
you really
guys.
like a word, boost it with a double tap.
Come on, double tap that word.
Shut up.
You know you want to.
This went horrible to even
What are
worse.
we liking?
Oh god,
eh.
guys.
It was not so glorious.
Oh, we do not
You all
agree.
looked hard, but who is insured I will
You
live
are so
blissful
mean.
solitude for the rest of my days.
We're mean. We're mean. Look what you wrote.
Oh god.
Oh my god. Oh, I took it.
Of course,
Oh,
I
let's go! Damn! Badonka Badonka Bong? Badonka Bong. Feel.
Straight to the moon. She's
Nice. Let's go.
Damn. Yo,
Good
you skyrocketed it. Holy shit.
She eat it.
Good
say.
job.
32K.
Okay.
Let's go.
Namu, are you still streaming?
Did I? I don't know.
It's up to you.
I mean, he's still there.
I don't know, like, what I'm gonna do afterwards.
Well, I had my fill. I gotta get out of here. I gotta go call my boyfriend. He's on the other side of the world. He's just waking up. This was amazing. Thank you for letting me play. For letting me get done.
Thank you so much, Ricky. Hope you're having a wonderful day as well. I don't know if you're streaming right now, Ricky, but thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate it.
This Lin-Manuel. This Lin-Manuel.
Had a lot of fun. That was so fun.
Right now.
That was fucking funny as
It
fuck.
sounds like Miranda. It sounds like the fucking Hamilton guy.
I'd like some lamb noodles.
You know what?
See me stop.
I
I
don't
mean,
know
we
who to read
could
out
continue
to.
with the Jackbox, or I can do something. Oh wait, Ricky, you're
Y'all
from
go.
Michigan as well? Yeah.
Y'all go for it. I gotta go. Thank you so much for the
Yeah, no, yeah. Thank
See you later. Bye. Thank you.
No worries. Take
Thanks
care,
for the
everybody.
games.
I'll be back when I see you.
Take care.
Yep, see you when we see
bye-bye.
you.
I take my bow and I take my bongos. Bye bye.
Put a nudes, yeah.
Bongos.
Namu, are you still gonna stream?
Let me know now.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what? I'll keep on streaming. I guess I can do like a little bit of Outlast Trials since I
Alright.
want more of the thing I guess.
Alright. Guys, we're gonna read out to Namu. I had so much fun. That was fucking funny. Barbecue. I'm sorry. I have to go. I really do. I had so much fucking fun though. Today was great. We did a lot. We kind of started a little late. So sorry about that. Sorry. Started a little late. Let me see. Yeah, we started a little late, but I had a good time. Let me turn down the lights. There you go. I need to give some shout outs to my friends. We're gonna do in the end scene. Thank you guys so much, Cookie Monster. Thank you so much for the biddies. Thank you for the follow, Benny Games. I appreciate you. Cookie Monster, even more biddies. Leo, thank you for the biddies. J-Dub, thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. I appreciate you. Andy, thank you so much for all the sound alert redeems. They were great. Ooh, woo, Take Cost, thank you so much for the subscription with Prime. Toxic Wild Hog, thank you for the follow. Country, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Nice and Easy, thank you for the follow yesterday. And Skyday, thank you for the follow yesterday as well. I appreciate you guys so much. I'll see you guys on Saturday. Yes, Saturday. I'll see you guys Saturday. See you guys later. Bye. Thank you so much. I love you guys. I'll see you guys Saturday. Join my Discord if you haven't. Bye, Angie.